Welcome to Windsor Park. It's 10 to 2. Haven't gone live yet, so that's good. And just seeing you there, Ron, back in the studio. Not quite got Ron yet. Welcome to Windsor Park here, and it's a great scene here. It's a beautiful blue sky, 17 degrees, and we've got Launceston versus Glenorchy kicking off in just a little while. And welcome to City Park Radio 103.7 at 96.5, and welcome to the TSL live stream. And Macca, my
good
fellow
afternoon,
commentator,
Foz.
g'day mate, how we going?
Well, interesting already, Foz. I was driving here and I was thinking that Glenorchy, you know, they had good form last week in beating Clarence, and I thought, nice day, they might bring something today, but unfortunately they've had 4 late outs, and a couple of them are really crucial. So Adam Roberts is out, as well as Oakley, but also out of the side is one of the best players from last week in Camerick, and unfortunately the Prince of Glenorchy, and Jay Bowden, hasn't come up himself. So you take especially Bowden and Camerick out of the side. That means their 4 emergencies are playing. So a very under-strength Glenorchy, whether it's tactical in terms of, you know, they're playing the top side here in Launceston with Musica back, and of course the youngster in Isaac Hyatt. Might talk a little bit more about him later on, but Isaac Hyatt, 16-year-old, is making his senior debut today, so well done to Isaac. Congratulations to him and his family. But yeah, no, look, it's really disappointing, to be honest.
Yeah, change the dynamic of the game,
It does change
doesn't
the
it?
dynamic of the game, because you put Jay Bowden up forward. You know, it's something for Mitch Thorpe and his coaching staff to really worry about. Camerick was in great form last week with plenty of touches. Look, they've still got enough good players. Cleary's back into the side today. Callan Daly, really good forward. Craft goes well. We've seen Sam Rundle here as a former Launceston player. He goes well. James Webb, the Joseph boys. You know, so they've got enough there to go. But of course, Launceston last week, a really big win against the Tigers. Dylan Riley with the 8 goals. It could be more of the same today.
And we talked about those 4 outs, Macca, and the young players that get their opportunities. Ty Turner, number 48, Dominic Brown, number 50, Zach Evans-Fenton, number 51, and Luke Nicholson at number 56. So good luck to those players coming into the senior team. Of course, it was the Dylan Riley show last week. He's in fantastic form at the moment, and we hope he can continue it here today at Windsor Park. Who's manning him up, Macca? We picked that one up?
No, not at the moment, but we're going to bring you all the scores too from North Hobart and North Launceston down at North Hobart. We'll hear from Cam Brown at half-time. So Launceston are going to kick towards the city end of the ground. As I try and get the binoculars up. Can't tell at the moment, Foz. Hard to see the white numbers on the front of the jumpers there for Glenorchy. So we'll see when they turn around. I'll let you know who's banding up on Riley.
I think Cleary's on Thorpe.
Yeah, Jay Blackberry in the midfield today. Of course, a ripping game from him last week. And she's underway here at Windsor Park. And the ruckman in Deegan, but it goes Launceston's way through Auckland. Comes down in front, Alec Wright. Really happy with him last week as well. Holding the footy there, umpire calls. And that is holding the footy.
Sammy Rundle.
Sam Rundle.
Yep.
Sammy Rundle, the former Launceston player. Casey Brown's going to take the free kick on centre wing. Nice sunny day here at Windsor Park. Up and a good mark against Thorpe from Cleary. So Cleary takes the mark by hand. Hit up forward here. Finds James Webb. About 30 metres out from goal. Nice left foot kick out to the wing side. Looking for his teammate here in Isaac Manson.
So the haircut since last year, Macca.
He has had the haircut. He had the flowing locks last year, didn't he? He's one of the better players for Glenorchy. Came back from injury. Daniel Joseph. An elite kick. And there it is on show. And he hits up the ruckman in Deegan. So Deegan, good battle for Auckland. Hits up James Webb. So good start here, Glenorchy. Centre wing they are. Chipping the ball. Coach Paul Kennedy, we know he's a good coach. Very tactical in his moves. And he's been great for TSL footy. Musica. Blackberry it is. In and under. By hand. Harper. Over to Seymour. Things looking a little bit different here today. Of course, Launceston in the pink jumpers. And we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Here's Riley. He's up and away. Arnold's on him. Can't catch him, Riley. He finished last week with 8. He starts today and he's missed. He's missed as Dylan Riley near side. So it looks like Josh Arnold might have the job. Whether he's got the speed and the athleticism, time will tell, Foz. So
well, indeed.
See how we go. So welcome here to our radio listeners. Might have had a little bit of an alternate start there today.
Yep.
Welcome to our radio listeners and, of course, the online stream. And you're going to listen to the captain of the commentary team, David Moore.
As the short kick comes out to Riley Best, who played a good game against North Hobart a few weeks ago. Back to Arnold. But intercepting there is Paul Freeman, right on attacking 50. So Paul Freeman Kicks to the square. Riley takes the mark. And he's continuing that hot form from last week as Dylan Riley's taken the mark about 15 out, sharp angle on the left-hand side. So no doubt he'll probably run around here, I'd say. But another strong contested mark from Dylan Riley. He's shaping for the round the corner kick. Here he goes now, right foot, first goal of the game. No, into the post. So 2 behinds in the first couple of minutes here to Dylan Riley. And it's 2 behinds, 2 points to yet to score. So we've got a function behind us today for raising money for the Holman Clinic, the pink day, hence the Guernseys that Launceston are wearing. The pink shorts, great fundraiser. Clearing kick out of defence over there, looking for Deegan. Spills off the contest out of bounds. Yes, it's the 8th year of the pink day, and there's been 90 odd people behind us, mainly women, here to celebrate a worthy cause, raising money for the Holman Clinic, which, for those who don't know, is the cancer clinic here in Launceston. Boundary throw in. Deegan hits it out. Out now to Seymour. Seymour round the corner. And the mark's taken there, strong mark on the far side for Glenorchy, one of the young players coming into the team. Pick him up in a minute. Number 51. So I haven't got that on my team sheet, so we'll try and find out who that is.
Zach Evans Fenton,
Zach
51.
Evans Fenton. Thanks, Macca. So number 7 is Seymour, who takes the mark, and he kicks into the pocket.
Another mark.
Mark taken by Harper. So Joby Harper. He's about 30 out, close to the boundary line. So good crowd in today. Of course, with the function on, there's cars right round the ground. Launceston went down in the TSLW. I'll give you a score in that game in a moment. But all eyes on Joby Harper. Starts his approach. He kicks towards goal across the face. So just squandering a few opportunities early as it's out of bounds on the full. So it'll be a relieving kick to Glenorchy in the back pocket.
So it's all Launceston at the moment. Haven't really hit the scoreboard to any effect. 2 behinds they are. And they're going to go short out of the back line again. Glenorchy through geared by hand. Arnold tucked away in the pocket. Glenorchy, they're going to come out. They're going to have to get rid of it. They do so now. Beyond 50. Good mark at his feet there was Isaac Manson. By hand, looks up, goes long, finds the connection on the other side of the wing there. Cooper Meredith. Top of the 50, turnover. Miller Hodge. Good game last week. Lots of intercept marks, Miller Hodge. So he takes the mark on defensive 50. Goes left and then goes back right towards interchange boxes. Launceston players spoiled themselves there. Dunellen was one of them. All comes in tight. Harper by hand. Blackberry. Dunellen. He's going to be caught. He's good enough to get rid of it. Miller Hodge. Good running. Inside 50. Looks for Thorpe. Can't find him. Well done, Cleary. Good match up that one. 2 state players on each other. Tries to hit up here in Richard Dilger. At his bootlaces, does well. Oh, that's a terrible kick. Not the best work there from number 55, Nathan Blowfield. So they've got to get better at that, Glenorchy, if they're going to contend here today against a very impressive Launceston. Harper, inside 50. He wanted Thorpe to lead, but he didn't do so. Cut off by Cleary. It's going to be the beneficiary, though, Thorpe. But he falls over, looking to tap it onto Alec Wright. Glenorchy defending staunchly at the moment. Comes out here. Well done. That's Hines. Misses the target in Dakin. Glenorchy. Not much on there. Dakin. Quick snap towards the city end and misses far side. It's interesting, Foz. Even though they're wearing different jumpers here today, Launceston, it's hard just to pick them up. They look a little bit different, even though the numbers are the same. I agree. It might take me a little while to get used to it. And Arnold's going to take the the kick out, and he finds John Geared on the mark.
Johnny Geared inside defensive 50. Having a good season for the Pies. Gets it out now to Arnold. Arnold. Short kick here and finds Koppelman. Koppelman plays on this way, that away. He goes up the wing. He's looking for a target. Nearly taking the mark there was Bank Smith. Has a recovery. Handball off to Daly.
Whoa.
And Daly is dealt with afterwards. Macca saw that better than I did. Here's Jamison House. Jamison House picks it up. Can't get it. Here's Conway. Shrugs the tackle. No. Dispossessed. A lot of physical stuff here in attacking 50 with Glenorchy, Macca.
Yeah, young Daly's been hit very hard, straight up the middle by Harper. Got him, pretty fair. I don't think it wasn't any raised elbows or anything. It was just the big Harper train and hit Daly straight up the middle and near put him in. And here's Harper as he goes again. Daly tries to get him back. He's about half the size. Here's Isaac Hyatt, the debutant. Watch this little silky left if he gets it on, Foz. over in front of Riley. Good kick out in front. Riley's going to turn inside. He'll look by hand. He goes by foot. Finds Blackberry. So the two players in form last week, Blackberry and Riley, they waxed there. Isaac Howat with his first touch.
Good first involvement.
Yeah, kicked it out in front of Dylan Riley. So that'll be good for Isaac Howat. But just off half back here. Harper again from the stoppage. Been really dominant even in the first seven minutes of this game. So yeah, Daly did well to get up. He tried to come back at Harper and it was just like a little fly landing on Harps. He just swatted him away. Jay Blackberry, city end. Oh, it's not a great kick. In fact, he's missed it right side. So they're doing it in singles at the moment. That's 3 behind, 7.5 minutes gone. Listen to City Park Radio, 96.5, 103.7 or via the live stream. Thank you for joining us this afternoon.
4 behinds, 4 points to get the score as it comes out now to Riley Best.
North Launceston have kicked the first out at North Hobart. Foz, they're 1-1-7, leading North Hobart yet to score.
Little switch, and it's in the back pocket now with Tom Cleary. I think the Clarence Lauderdale game is underway. We'll try and get some scores off Twitter as we can there with that one, as it's close to the boundary line. Bank Smith, can he keep it in? No, he can't. Out of bounds on the full. Free kick to Alec Wright. A couple of kicks out from goal, right on the boundary line. So he decides to go long into the pocket. Flyers wanted. Arnold's there, off hands. They clear it out to Glenorchy. Desperation kick. It's out here towards Holt. He can't get a great bounce there. Koppelman's there. Knocks over Holt. Picked up there nicely by Zach Evans-Fenton. But now it's with Hyatt. Gets it back on the boundary line to Tyrrell. Gets his kick away just in time. It might float out of bounds on the full. It does. So relieving free kick to Glenorchy. And it'll be Tom Cleary. Back there, he's started the game well. Has the assignment on Thorpe. Kicks outside defensive 50, looking for Koppelman. Almost takes the mark, does Koppelman. Ball hits the deck. Trying to shovel his way through there is Rundle. Also on familiar turf here. And it'll be a ball up. Half forward for Launceston. They lead 4 behinds. Glenorchy yet to score.
Up in the ruck here, Auckland. Palm down. Not going to go far on that one. And it's going to be a ball up. So Launceston, 4 behinds. Glenorchy yet to score. Any inside 50s for the black and white groups?
The one so far, Macca.
One early. Seymour, another clearance. Plenty of them today. A little bit of a breeze going again to that city end of the ground, Foz. Thorpe, little special from inside. Alec Wright out of mid-air, soccer style. And it was Thorpe to Wright. Thorpe tried to dribble one. It probably would have gone through. But Alec Wright made the most of it. Took one off the coach and kicked it out of mid-air. That's the best way to kick them, from the goal line. You're not going to miss from there. He takes it out of mid-air and he kicks the goal, Alec Wright. 1 goal, 4-10 Launceston. Glenorchy yet to score.
Of course, we had a few technical things going on at the start. We forgot to introduce our stats man, Dave Gruber. Good afternoon, Grooves.
Good afternoon, Dave. It's all right. I'll leave the limelight for you, Blake.
That's right. No, rightly so. No, it's great to have you on board, Grooves. Great job as usual. And that's the first goal to Alec Wright. And right from the goal square. We're not sure of the wind advantage today. There is a wind, not as strong as last week.
Might be just getting up a little bit from when we arrived at the ground here, Foz. As I had to park the vehicle outside and sort of walk in a little bit. I struggled to find a $2 coin. Foz, you might have to hit me up next week. I don't carry any cash with me in these COVID times.
Well, Rundle's tackled in.
See how we go.
In the centre circles, holding the ball. Free kick to Auckland. He looked to hand it off to Harper. He does now. Harper launches blindly inside 50. Hines tries to take the mark. He can't do so. On the follow-up now is Riley. Looks for the handball. An intelligent kick is a beautiful one to Wright. He'll line up for his second in about a minute of play.
Yeah,
Riley,
he's so good below his knees, Foz. He's been that ever since he was a child, ever since he was a teenager in that Tassie Mariners side. I just remember him doing that. He's just excellent. So
and his unselfishness really impressed me. A couple of times now we've seen him look for an option.
Yeah.
He doesn't think goal straight away. Sometimes to his detriment, but no, it's fantastic.
He's so good. Alec Wright. He's kick one. He's going to have another go here. A set shot this time. 30 metres out as he kicks. He hits the post right at the top and gives it a fair shake too, by the way. So Alec Wright, they've missed a couple of easy set shots, haven't they? Blackberry and Wright. And he's wobbled the post. And Glenorchy, they need something to go their way at the moment. And Launceston are keeping them in it. Through Arnold this time. Oh, he drops the mark. He should have taken him. Johnny Geard puts himself under pressure. Back to Cleary. Geard. Arnold's now going to have to run it through and reset. Probably a good result because they're under the pump. And it's going to be a rushed behind to Glenorchy. You go this time, Fozzle.
No worries. If you've just joined us, some late outs. Bowden, Camrick, Roberts and Oakley for Glenorchy. So 4 big names there. for the Pies. So a bit undermanned in this contest. Josh Arnold, long kick outside defensive 50. Gets good carry. Bank Smith can't take the mark. Here's Blackberry. He has a bit of space. Dodges around. Evades a tackle. Passes it to a central position. Harper takes a great mark. Puts one hand on it and then just controlled it and then took it on the second grab. And he's about 45 out, 45 degree angle. And JB Harper, who's been influential this game, he seems to have got a bit more space today. He's been heavily tagged in recent weeks. So he's got a lot of possessions, but today he's really having an influence on this game. JB Harper, here he is. He sets it out to the right. It's not coming back. Gee, that's another behind. That's one at 7-13 Glenorchy. And yet to score, one goal 7-13 Launceston. Glenorchy yet to score as a kick out comes out towards Geared. He takes it, kicks straight away. Ball's out of bounds. Over to you, Macca.
Yeah, second goal to North Launceston through young Ollie Sanders. So they're 13. North Hobart yet to score.
And we'll be hearing from Cam Brown at half-time on that game. So big day down there at North Hobart. Of course, they're the pilot for the greater crowd numbers that are allowed. Dom Shaliro, the boundary umpire, is about to hoist the ball in. An attacking 50 for Launceston. Front position Thorpe. Gets it down Harper. Handball over the top to Nellen. Lines up for goal. Jack to Nellen. That's their second. Easy as you like. Harper again involved. And, they're good from the stoppages so far. We're looking at the clearances.
Oh, massive.
That's 5-0.
Inside 50s, 13-1 groups.
Yep. 2 goals, 7-19. Glenorchy yet to score. Macca's just having a bit of a look on the replay. It was just such good stoppage work, wasn't it? It was Thorpe in the ruck there with Cleary.
Yeah, we saw Thorpe last week do a couple of really crafty forward line stoppage ruck work. And it was a bit there, but Harper again it was over the top to Donnell and left foot. So Donnellan's one of those players. He probably hasn't cemented his spot in the side. He'd be looking for a really big game today. He's a little bit injured at times, but he plays a really important role, really defensive forward, tackles, and goes. So he'll need to do everything he can because they've got a really good D-League side, haven't they? Putting pressure on, and that's what makes a really good club.
In fact, we'll get to that score now, Macca. 15-23, 113 Launceston. Defeated Glenorchy 1 behind 1 point. And in the TSLW, it was 32 to Glenorchy, 22 to Launceston. Yeah. Back to the action.
Also good to see the return of Joe Gronewegan in that D-League game. Been out since the pre-season with a broken leg. So he came back, got some touches. Free kick, play on advantage, no advantage, but the umpire says bad luck, and Blackberry takes it. So now it's Thorpe, tries to tap it onto Hines, can't do so. Cleary, good. Goes by hand to Geared. Geared, left foot, hits up the ruckman here in James Deegan. Deegan looks for Webb, goes longer to Daly. Good form last week, Daly. Ethan Conway, the former Launceston player, leads on Jake Smith. He'll go here now, Conway and Smith. Smith just too quick at the moment. Conway good on the deck. Up he goes, he's caught now. Here's Conway, Polfreman, in front of House. Across the goals. Into the breeze a little bit, it was a good mark, good spot there from Holt. So Holt comes across from the wing, defensive side, here and finds Jamison House. So Jamison House, the former Burnie lad, via the Sandful. Been a good inclusion and really playing that centre-half back role well. There is a breeze and this one carries over Blackberry's head and goes out of bounds. Just here in front of us as the boundary umpire sporting a very nice headband there today, Foz, keeping the hair down in this blustery conditions. Well, speaking of hair and boundary umpires, I think our favourite in young Shaliro is on the other wing, so I can't wait for him to come this side. Dakin, caught, clever, Musica, tries to hit up, overkicks it. Riley tries to get rid of Arnold, does so. It's going to be a sprint race. Riley, if he kept it in, it was go to the show again. But Dylan Riley sees it out of bounds, left forward pocket.
It's well played there by Joshy Arnold, just used a bit of experience there.
It's very good.
Against Riley. Good contest, that one. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, both good players, former Tassie under-18 players. So, boundary throw in. Left forward pocket, just inside the 50, city end of the ground. To the wing, Cleary and Thorpe do the ruck work. Well done, Webb. Blackberry, set upon. Here he comes out now, Geared, caught. Blowfield, over the top. It's going to go out of bounds with the wind, and it's going to be Miller Hodge to take the resultant free kick.
Yeah, it's a bit of a local knowledge, that kick. Sometimes opposing teams launch from that back flank. It can often drift out just like that one did. As Miller Hodge now plays on to advantage. He kicks to that pocket. Flyers wanted. Cleary does well. There's the big fly at the front of the contest. He slaps his hands. He thought he might have been able to mark that one, but the ball is out of bounds.
North Hobart have kicked there first, so they're 1 goal to North Launceston 2-2-14.
Yeah, big game for North Hobart. If any of those teams from third down to sixth probably can pinch a game off Launceston and North Launceston, that will be huge in the context of this season. As Thorpe taps it down, but it's sharked by Geared. He kicks straight away at the wing. Ball holds up in the breeze, so that's significant. There is a breeze favouring the town end for those radio listeners. This is another boundary throw in. We're just the attacking side of the wing for Launceston. Been playing 17.5 minutes. It's 19-0. Score here. Excited spectators on the balcony next to us from the function behind us for Pink Day. James Webb, prominent early in a tackle there with Harper. Ball comes out to Sammy Rundle. He somehow gets rid of it. Dakin goes in head first. Fighting for the ball there too is Callum Thompson. And Thompson does well just to bottle it up. Get another ball up. So, bit of a slow passage of play here at the moment. Umpire Tom McEntee puts the ball in the air. Auckland taps it out. Shark by Blackberry to Harper. That familiar around the corner kick. Beautiful to Riley. Too far out to score. Wheels around. Goes to the central position. Thorpe's there. Cleary's there. Cleary does well. Probably had the better of that battle so far.
Thank God he's back today for Glenorchy. Daniel Joseph goes out wide, and that win just hard to kick into. Richard Dilger sees it out in front of him. But yeah, Cleary, he's a really good size, isn't he, Cleary?
Yep. He played here, didn't he, a few seasons back?
He did, yeah, Launceston. I think he might have been up here doing some uni and stuff. So, former Hutchins boy, I believe.
Yep.
Saw him play a fair bit of school footy. Cleary and Thorpe in the ruck outside 50 this time. Oh, geez, the possession count's going to be massive Launceston's way. Grooves has run out of space on the inside 50s. What is it, Grooves? Let's hear it.
17-2.
17-2. 5 inside 50 marks as well. Here's Cleary again. Glenorchy's best by far. Miller Hodge. 1-2 bites of the cherry. Umpire says play on as Callum Thompson sits on him. And the umpire comes in front of the interchange boxes and is going to ball it up.
But I suppose PK would be thinking just the 2 goals.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Yeah,
It's definitely it's not as big a win as last Sunday when we were here. But they've had enough of the footy, just can't get it inside. Daly, he's going to be dangerous if he can get it inside 50. He's well outside 50 at this stage in the centre. Good kick down there from Boyd. Just scrubby, looking for Holt. Can't find him. Well done there, the long sleeves. Boz, you need to help me out. Blowfield. Down the bottom of the list, 55 he was, yeah, there he is. Geared. Over the top, Webb, left foot. There's an inside 50 Grooves, very shallow. Way shallow, in fact, and here's Isaac Chugg. You're impressed with him last week, Dave?
Yeah, it's had a good couple of weeks, and he's been the Devils program, of course.
Yeah, he reads the play with a lot of instep marks.
And that's a nice kick, beautiful kick to Alec Wright. He's on centre wing. He applauds the crowd behind us. He gets it now to Hines, who laconically comes up and takes the mark. Thinks about centering, now has to play on. Oh, it's a turnover. So barely 15 metres, you would have thought there.
That's got to be a Brown.
I think it is. Dominic Brown gets the ball forward now to Richard Dilger. Richard Dilger this way, that away. Keeps it low. Up here towards the half forward. It's a battle for the contest, Matty Joseph. Oh. Happy to see it over the line. You thought about a free kick there, Macca?
Well, I didn't know why Jaden Hines needed to fall over him with the knees in. But anyway, we'll go again. Boundary throw in right in front of us here. Those that just joined us, 20 minutes gone, 2-7-19 Launceston, Glenorchy yet to score. They've had a couple of inside 50s, but very shallow. As the balcony fills with pink here, Foz.
Right.
Of course, the Pink Day, excellent cause to the Holman Clinic here in Launceston. Lots of money raised. Riley looks for the free kick. He actually pleaded with the umpire. The umpire believes him, and he's going to get it. It was there. Thorpe, he's got Musica going deep over the top. Musica runs the arc. Oh, he finds him too. Just a really nice kick. And Musica hits up Thorpe. The former South Launceston players, the premiership players for South Launceston combined. Riley to Musica to Thorpe. They played a lot of footy together. It was a beautiful kick from Riley to find Musica in the first place. He then spots up Mitch Thorpe, who kicks the goal. And that's the third for Launceston. 3-7-25. Glenorchy yet to score. The running pattern there of Michael Musica, Foz, it was ahead of the footy. I saw him, he ran the pattern, and we talk about forward patterns.
Yep.
Well, that was a forward pattern because he got his player up the ground, he did a quick U-turn and had all the space behind him, and the kick helped. But, and a beautiful left foot kick. He's that player, Musica, who missed the North Launceston game the other week, and he's the player that could cause real headaches for North Launceston. And look, you know, the final's coming up. You'd think that they'll get a crack at some stage. Could be the grand final, though, of course, because it's 1v4, 2v3. So they'd have to both win their semi-finals and meet in a blockbuster at UTAS.
25-0 is the score. Here comes Ryan Banks-Smith. Inside 50, chance for the Pies late. Big fist away. Oh, no, it's not by House. Taken there by the Pies. All that player held there near the goal square. And getting the ball in there was Callum Thompson. And it'll be a free kick to Glenorchy. Just wait for the player to
Ethan
his number.
Conway.
It is Ethan Conway. That's right. I don't recognise him in the...
Look at it.
In the Pies jumper, but he's got a chance here to kick the first for Glenorchy. This will be very handy into this breeze.
He might have put a dark rinse through the hair too, Ethan, since he moved south, of course, for his cricket career. Very talented cricketer, Ethan Conway.
Ethan Conway, he's only about 12 metres out, slight angle for the first goal for Glenorchy. No worries about that.
Kicks one.
And they're on the board are the Pies here in the first quarter. 3-7-25, 1 goal straight 6. And good work there from Callum Thompson, also out of the middle. So, positive passage of play there for the Pies, Macca.
Well, you mentioned it's 3-1 now. It's probably a 3-goal breeze down towards the city end. As much as Launceston have dominated the football and dominated the inside 50s, that's a really handy goal to the Pies.
And, of course, James Deegan being back today. Ethan Conway has been playing in the ruck.
Yeah, he's a good size Deegan. I haven't seen him before, Foz.
Yep.
Of course, they lost Duffy in the off-season, who'd been the premier ruckman in the competition. I think they might have even given our mate Mitch Hills a call at some stage just to see if the old fella want to come back, but he declared it no. Very emphatically was Mitch Thorpe with a no to go back to the Pies, as much as he loved his time down there winning a premiership. Here's Seymour, another centre clearance from Auckland. Seymour finds it. Good tap on Hines. Thorpe. Geez, they're just sweating on the mirror. Harper's going to straighten up. He's going to have a look, Harps, but he misses left side this time. And it's going to be through for a behind. Just that centre clearance work. It's Harper, it's Seymour. Polframan's in there as well. Kick out. Looking up here and finding the Glenorchy player, Foz. The long sleeve, doesn't matter.
Isaac Manson.
Isaac Manson, there he is. I don't recognise him without the flowing mullet. But it's quarter time here at Windsor Park. 3-8-26 Launceston lead Glenorchy, 1 goal straight 6. That quarter went 24 minutes. And the goal kickers for Launceston, Alec Wright, Jack Donnellan and Mitchell Thorpe all kicked 1. And Ethan Conway got 1 late for the Glenorchy Magpies.
As group just finish off the stats, we'll go through those in a minute. Macca, North Hobart score, looks like it's quarter time there as well.
Yeah, quarter time, 1-1-7 North Hobart, North Launceston 3-6-24, so very similar to here.
Yep, and of course we mentioned that Launceston did have the breeze. I mean, 3-7, the Pies are lucky, or 3-8, I beg your pardon. The Pies are lucky, they're probably that close, but no, they've worked hard into the breeze.
You can see their game style, isn't it? The game style is chip, 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 try and hit up. They've got some good ball users. Daniel Joseph he's turned the ball over a couple of times. He's one of their premier kicks, so they'll look to him to kick it a little bit better going with the breeze.
James Webb has worked hard, and Tom Cleary as well.
Yep. Definitely.
So stats to quarter time, thanks to Dave Gribby here, our stats man. Hit outs 11-4 Launceston's way. Clearances 9-5. We mentioned that clearance domination there. Glenorchy fought back late. I think Launceston had the first 5 clearances, but it's 9-5 the Blues' way. Inside 50s 19-4, so 19 inside 50s in that first quarter. Marks inside 50, and this is a huge stat too, Mac. 7 marks inside 50 for the first quarter for the Blues.
Yeah, massive.
That's as many as we see in a game sometimes. And free kicks 6 Launceston, 4 Glenorchy. So quarter time, it's 3 goals, 6-24. Is that right, Groups? Yep. No, 3-8-26. Yep, 3-8-26. Glenorchy, 1 goal straight 6. So it's a 20-point lead at quarter time to Launceston. We'll take a break here on City Park Radio and the live stream. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
If you need help with machinery and transport, why don't you give Ken a call at Tasstar Transport? It's like a one-stop shop. container transport and sales, side loader services, machinery transport, moving of transportable buildings, airbag lifting system, pilot vehicle services, boat transport, local and interstate, tilt trays in all sizes and secure storage facilities available. Tas Star Transport will arrange everything. Leave it to the experts. Phone Ken on 0428 528 069. A sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
Welcome back to Windsor Park with Dave Moore, Dave Gruber and also Matthew McGee. And at quarter time, it's 3 goals, 8-26 to 1 goal straight 6. The goal kickers for Launceston, Alec Wright, Jack Donnellan and Mitch Thorpe. And the single goal kicker for Glenorchy, just coming up on the screen there now on the stream, is one for Ethan Conway. Macca, once again, quarter time at North Hobart?
Yeah, quarter time North Hobart. North Launceston 3-6-24. Lead North Hobart 1-1-7.
Now, thanks to Damien Donnelly and Darren Lovell, the Launceston stats guys. What do we got there stats-wise for the Blues?
Well, the major one was Joby Harper. He had 7 kicks, 3 handballs, including, 3 clearances himself. Fletcher Seymour had 6 touches with 4 clearances. So they're their prime movers and did a little bit of work forward as well. Riley had 7 possessions, and kicked 3 behinds, did Riley. And Jay Blackberry, carrying on last week's good work, he had 7 touches, including a couple of tackles.
How do you see the ruck battle there? So Auckland and Deegan. Obviously, we saw that Auckland had more hit-outs than Deegan, but one thing that you've been encouraging with Tim Auckland is to get a bit more of it around the ground, haven't you?
Yeah, well, we saw Auckland last week only get a couple around the ground, even though his hit-outs works was great, and that's one part of rucking. But we see now in the AFL, your Brodie Grundys and your Max Gorns and that, they go forward, they go back, and they take marks, intercept marks. Yeah, so, look, the fact that Launceston maybe don't need to use him through there, but it'd be nice just to, if he's not going to be used going offensively, then just make sure you get your positioning right defensively. Especially when they play North Launceston in the future, their forwards, you're going to need that big fella back there just to cause a few disruptions.
And I'm not sure if were the boys taking any stats on one of the Glenorchy players?
Daniel Joseph's had 4. That was the only one there.
No
yeah,
worries.
Of course, Glenorchy missing Bowden, Jay Bowden today, and also Ben Carrick. They're 2 key outs along with Oakley and Roberts.
And some of your better players for the Pies, like we mentioned, Cleary in that first quarter had a good batter with Thorpe. Thorpe got loose late and got a goal from the goal square, but certainly Tom Cleary is a general back there, isn't he?
Oh, look, him and Thorpe a good match-up, definitely. But he's had probably 4 or 5, including a couple of intercept marks as well. And he'll keep him quiet, but it's the Riley-Arnold match-up at the moment. Arnold doesn't normally play on that athletic player like Riley. And we've mentioned it, he's so hard to match up on. He's got speed. He's got good overhead marking ability. He can turn on a threepence. And you put Michael Musica down there now. I can see the 3 of them, the former South Launceston Premiership players. Riley, Musica, and then Thorpe. And then you've got Donnellan playing the role. You've got Hines, who plays tall as well. And Alec Wright, who really took a lot of confidence out of me giving him a vote last week. He was very appreciative. And I thought he was good getting the vote.
Just on Michael Musica, we saw him get that, what we thought was a bad corky at the time, and it was. But it turned out being much worse than what we thought.
Had the bleeding through the thigh there, and those corkies can get really dangerous if they start to calcify that internally. And
spent time in hospital.
He did spend some time in hospital to release the blood. Yeah, definitely. So he was lucky.
Thanks to our sponsors, Andrew Doyle, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall, Brisbane Street Mall and Kings Meadows. Thank you for your ongoing support. We're about to start quarter number 2 here. Let's see what the Pies can do with the wind. They trail at the moment by 20 points, 3-8-26 to 1 goal straight 6. Umpire holds the ball aloft. Here's Macca McGee for City Park Radio and the TSL live stream.
So the Launceston Football Club dressed beautifully in pink and blue today. Great cause for the Holman Clinic. Big function on behind us. Auckland, good punch down, only goes as far as geared. Seymour, good in the first quarter, and he goes again. Fletcher Seymour, the strong-bodied midfielder. Hines got rid of his opponent. Could have been a push there, but it's not. Hines, inside 50, hit up. Riley on the lead. 1, bounce off the chest, can't get it. Alec Wright, snap. There's Donnellan. And it goes out of bounds in front of Nathan Blowfield. And it's another inside 50. So that's deeper than we saw Glenorchy go in the first quarter, apart from the free kick. And they've done it in the first 10 seconds of the Launceston Football Club. Boundary throw in. Thorpe down, nice left palm. Donnellan Over the top, Glenorchy. Good work there through Evans Fenton. Intercepted. Polframan. It's a scrappy play. Well done, Ryan Banks-Smith. The helmeted one comes flying out of the pack. Former Tassie Devil. Hits it to midfield. Right out on centre wing. Good contest out there. And it's going to be a ball up. And coming up with the ball there was Jamison House.
There's been a change, Mac.
Yeah, Tom Cleary there. Tom Cleary's gone forward, Foz.
Yep.
So Tom Cleary's gone forward to give him a bit of marking power. That means they're going to be weak here because here's Harper. He hits up Dylan Riley on 50. He's going to be too far out. Could go back to Harper. Left foot. Sneaky one. Thorpe. Oh, so here it is. Here's the issue. Daniel Koppelman is going to have some issues here at the moment. They're going to try and win the ball. Thorpe snaps, goes long and goals. On the snap, there's Mitchell Thorpe. And you rob Peter to pay Paul, as they say, Foz. And they've thrown Cleary forward, and that's left Mitch Thorpe one out on I would say, an inferior opponent. And Daniel Koppelman is going to have his hands full as Mitchell Thorpe kicks his second.
Yeah, Daniel Koppelman's sort of been a utility player this year, but as you say, it's an interesting matchup there. It's the athleticism and speed and Thorpe off the mark. We'll wait and see. But so Cleary is going deep forward on Jake Smith, so that's a straight swap just about there.
At least they're trying to kick some goals, but they've got to win the ball in the midfield, and it's going to be very hard. I saw Banks Smith get it to midfield, but then as soon as they had that stoppage again, it was Harper and Seymour, and they're just those bullockers and just get it done.
Fourth goal for Launceston, 4 goals, 8 to 1 goal straight. Contest in the middle, this Seymour winning another clearance. Kicks it towards half forward. Denellen in the contest, so there was Hines. Tackles are good. Wright leans back on a right foot, kick inside 50. Musica uses his weight there. Kaufman does well this time, breaks through. Kicks outside defensive 50, old-fashioned kicks, good one. And Deegan takes a mark on the wing. So good work there from Daniel Koppelman on that occasion. Deegan, he kicks low in towards half forward. Spots up Cleary, little handball away. Chance now inside 50. And mark taken on the far side for Glenorchy.
It's a long way away, David.
Long way away. So chance for their second goal here.
Is it Callum Thompson or Cooper Meredith?
We'll wait and see. We'll just have to get a bit of a look at the number there. Keep an eye on the number, Mackerel. Keep an eye on the kick. It's offline. A nice mark. And that's Tom Cleary up there who's taken it.
They need one of him at each end.
So it'll be a shot for goal here in the left forward pocket. Cleary wastes no time. Comes round. Shoots on goal. Just across the face. One behind. Yeah, I think you might have been right there. Callum Thompson. Yep. He's got the yellow and orange boots there, the young man. Little kick out now from Smith, finds Harper. So a lot of it in that first quarter, as Macca said. It's upright, who's been prominent.
This is what I liked about him last week, Foz. Went unheralded, just kept leading up, which is a good centre-half forward does.
He kicks towards Hines. Jake Hines can't quite take the mark. Chance now here for Ty Turner. And Ty Turner might be getting a free kick here, one of the inclusions. Not sure whether it's his first senior game or not. But certainly one of his first few games, if not his first senior game. Kicks inside 50. Almost finds his teammate there in Cooper Meredith, who can't quite take it. Wright does well. Bouncing ball over the head of Auckland. Isaac Manson hits up. Gets tackled straight away. Here they go. Launceston, Seymour to Musica. Musica kicks blindly to half forward. Thorpe will get to the ball first against Koppelman. He hasn't got a lot of support, so he kicks an underground kick in towards Riley. Riley thumps it over his head to nobody in particular. Arnold does well. He gets the ball to Josh Arnold. He's tackled now by Riley, in trouble. And then he handballs it out of bounds. How does the umpire see this? Throw in.
Lucky there.
Yeah, he probably did well as a result for Josh Arnold. That's what he wanted. But, gee, it's a great one-on-one battle, that one. Very wily customer is Josh Arnold. And, of course, against one of the best in the business in Dylan Riley. Boundary umpire Shiliro. Hoists the ball in. Thorpe gets it down to Harper. Now to Musica. Back to Thorpe. Bouncing ball, it might bounce through. It's touched off hands there by Riley. Another behind there to Launceston. 4-9-33, plays 1-1-7.
So kick out, Arnold. Glenorchy with their hands full. Finds Blowfield. Oh, it's not a nice looking kick. It comes out in front of you at the ruckman. Auckland, Holt, right foot snap, goes out of bounds. And there it is, the flowing locks of Dom Shaliro. Good to see him on the commentator's side. He's my favourite, Voz. You know that.
Absolutely.
Blowfield's going to take the free kick. 16-year-old youngster in Isaac Hyatt stands the mark. Had a nice touch early. Daly up against Hyatt. Tackles, but it goes out of bounds before that.
Especially the young Blowfield, he's been getting a bit of it. A couple of errors in the first quarter,
Yeah.
but he's got a little bit of class about him.
Just that kick
Good little
there
match up
was,
there with Isaac Hyatt, two
There
youngsters.
was ordinary, Foz.
Yep.
Has to work on that one, the youngster. Forward spinning drop punts don't normally get the job done. TSL level, nice throw in. In fact, it landed short. It looked nice in the air, but it dropped short. No one read it. Rundle hits it out of bounds. It goes out of bounds in front of JB Harper. Centre wing, second quarter, 6.5 minutes gone. Launceston 4-8-32. Glenorchy 1-1-7. North Hobart 8. North Launceston 25. Down at North Hobart Oval. We'll hear from Cameron Brown at half time as a little report in that game.
Taken to Harper. Harper inside 50. Arnold front position. Starting to get on top of that contest a little bit against Riley, who kicked 3 behinds in the first quarter.
Yeah, he just read it better then.
So Sam Rundle has to get away from the mark. He's invited now to play on as Josh Arnold, looking for an outlet here. Kicks up the line. And might have got to push out there, Jacob Boyd. Take it. There's Cooper Meredith. He's tackled. And Rundle right in front of us here sees the ball out of bounds. So slightly attacking side of the wing for Launceston. And they had a big first quarter. Led all the stats. They had some 19 inside 50s in that first quarter, did Launceston. Auckland taps it away straight to Daly. Daly tries to find a teammate there in Thompson who couldn't quite grab it. Contested ball there now. Luke Nicholson's in there for Glenorchy. So umpire's going to ball it up. In the D League today, it was a big win to Launceston, 113-1. Of course, a depleted Glenorchy side with 4 late changes for this game. Deegan in the ruck there with Auckland, taken by Bank Smith. He's tackled to the ground. So it'll be another ball up. So Jared Dakin also been in good form, getting off the ground then. He's been playing well for Launceston in recent weeks. Free kick to Seymour. Hodge look away, then decides not to handball. Up towards half forward. Oh, big contest there. Musica and young Brown, who's going to take the free kick for front-on contact. So it's Dominic Brown taking the free kick from half-back.
Dominic Brown goes by hand. Here's Daniel Joseph. Look for this spearing left foot kick. There it goes over the top. Can't take the mark there. Glenorchy, Cooper Meredith. Hands, the ruckman in Deegan sees it out of bounds. They just can't connect, can they, from there to there. Daniel Joseph, I knew what he was trying to do, and it just couldn't quite get it done. It's Cooper Meredith.
Interesting music then, Macca. He just held back. You could just sell it.
Could have split him right over.
He just held that little bit. It was a free kick.
Yeah,
but
he could have made it nasty, a bit like the Harper on Daly one. So he could have really split him open there. Decided not to, thankfully for both parties.
Yep.
They come up and have a bit to go. So boundary throw in, about 40 metres out from goal. City end of the ground, Glenorchy's end. Another inside 50 for Glenorchy groups. Don't miss them, they're few and far between. Hines, Harper, centre wing, chip kick, Isaac Hyatt. He's going to get it on the deck here, Hyatt. He scrambles the little terrier. It goes underneath him, out the back, rugby style. Alec Wright sets on Glenorchy player there. And that is Brown, and it's going to be a ball up. So, geez, Joby Harper just continues to get clearances. Inside 50s for Dave Gruber.
5 to Launceston, 2 for Glenorchy.
Clearances a little bit better, Groups.
Yeah, a bit more even. 5 to Launceston, 4 to Glenorchy this quarter.
Bank Smith a couple there. Seymour doesn't quite get this one out. Harper, there's a clearance. Only goes as far as Daniel Joseph. So Daniel Joseph, really talented player. This is his weapon, is a left foot kick. Goes long, over finds Daniel Koppelman. Hits up. Oh, Webb, I think it is. No, not Webb. In fact, it was Riley Best. He fell over and let Blackberry in. Was it Musica? Musica in and hits up Dylan Riley over in front of the can bar here in Launceston. And Dylan Riley, we saw him kick 8 last week, kicked 3 behinds in the first quarter.
5 in 1 quarter last week.
Yes, he's kicked 25 for the season, Foz. Looks around, snaps, Dylan Riley. The show's underway again. There's a goal, Dylan Riley. He's first for the game, 26 for the season. And they tried to switch the ball there, and the Glenorchy youngster in Riley Best slipped at the crucial time, letting Musica in, and a terrific hit-up kick to Dylan Riley. Deep from the square, hit up and goes. And Dylan Riley kicks his first. And that's 5-9-39 Launceston, Glenorchy 1-1-7.
Got a score at North Hobart, Macca?
Score at North Hobart is North Launceston 32, North Hobart 9.
And at Richmond, it's Lauderdale 5-7, Lauderdale 3. Sorry, Clarence 5-7.
Okay.
Lauderdale 3-1. So
they're up and down Clarence, aren't
yeah.
they? They're making Richmond their home fortress, Fozzle.
That's a really huge game in the context of the ladder, that one. So we'll get back to that as that game progresses. Of course, they're a bit further advanced than us with a 1:30 start. Here we go. John Geard for Glenorchy, inside 50. Looks here towards Daly. He'll get to the ball first, right on 50, but close against the boundary line. Use his pace. Oh, no, he doesn't. He doesn't get round Isaac Chugg. Great tackle, Chugg, who is one of the quickest players in the league. Daly took him on, and Isaac Chugg wrapped him up in the tackle. So he'll take the free kick in the back pocket. Spots up Jamison House. Takes the mark against Cleary. So Cleary's been moved forward in this quarter. Kick up the wing here, looking for Holt, who takes a good mark. He's good overhead, is Grant Holt. He's taken a couple of good ones today. Spots up Denellen, who represents, leads and marks on centre wing. Goes sideways back to Holt. Has to go onto his knees to take the chest mark. Eyes are darting around. He's got a shorter target here, and that is Miller Hodge, who's playing a bit further up the ground at the moment. So Hodge, this is possession footy. This is what Launceston can do, and Glenorchy haven't been able to do today. String possessions together. Short kick now to Musica. His influence in this game has been pretty good so far. Set up the last goal for Riley. He goes long, up towards attacking 50. Auckland can't quite take the mark. Brown does well. Now it's Dakin over the top to Denellen on the boundary line. Jack Denellen kicks it straight to Copperman. So, Daniel Copperman. Now to Joseph by hand. Further now to Arnold. He has a bit of time. He's corralled a little bit, gets it over to Geard right on the boundary line. He's going to be tackled by Harper. He takes it on. He's gone. He's gone. He took on the tackle.
He would have been better maybe just to step across the line, and I reckon the umpire might have given him a little bit of second chance there. But on this occasion, he dropped it, and that was the issue because it was a throw.
And look, I know they're taught not to throw the ball in the boot these days, but even a kick down the wing somewhere, out of danger. Anyway, here's Harper. Right on the boundary line. Joby Harper special. Left foot. Curling round beautifully. That is a fantastic goal there from Joby Harper. Showing all the skill that he's got in the repertoire there. And that left foot snap from the set shot. And another goal to Launceston. That's 6-9-45 to 1-1-7. And that just takes such great skill, Macca.
Well, it was a beautiful kick, wasn't it? Especially like we thought there was a bit of a breeze going towards the city end. And you can see that Launceston just trying to dissect the Glenorchy midfield and just keep chipping it up. And as soon as they can, they go long and deep. And they've got that forward line. As Koppelman has to run off the ground, I think they've got too many on, Foz. No, they've got to go to 6-6-6. So they're trying to push up. So that'll be a warning, I reckon, to Glenorchy for not having the 6-6-6 set up. They normally give them one. The second time it'll be a free kick. So ball up. Not a bad bounce. Conway this time in the ruck against Auckland. Conway got half a fist to it, but well done, Auckland at the deck. Goes to his former Tassie Devils teammate in Dakin, who only kicks as far as Daniel Joseph. Joseph hits up the burly Koppelman. Koppelman looks down long and deep. Can't find Riley Best. The ball goes out of bounds, far centre wing.
Out of bounds to the full, actually, Macca, is Matty Joseph. So got too much foot to it there. Hodge switches to Boyd. Boyd for Launceston. Goes right now, goes left. Kicks up the wing here, looking for Seymour. So Fletcher Seymour takes it. Right up against the boundary line. It's a beautiful day here at Windsor Park. Sun is shining. Spring is here. As the kick goes towards the boundary line, it's thumped over by Auckland. Strange feeling today, Macca. Usually this time of year with just the feel of things, you feel like you should be in finals, but we're still deep in
it's been coming up on my social media time hop. You know, we're at sort of finals time in previous years. And it's a lot different this year, of course, in many ways. We're just lucky here in Tassie that we're able to play some footy. And Harper kicks it right to the 50. Doesn't go anywhere, though, because it's going to be repelled. Is that Cleary back there again, Foz? So they've swung him forward, not getting enough for the footy, so now he goes back. Banks Smith, little twinkle toes there. against Tyrrell. Finding the footy on the far side there is Cooper Meredith, but he's caught in the tackle. Really good tackle. And it's going to be a ball up on just forward to centre wing. Glenorchy end of the ground. Grooves, what do you got for us, mate? Clearances?
8 to Launceston, 5 to Glenorchy. Inside 50s, 8 to Launceston and 4 to Glenorchy this quarter.
Ethan Conway takes it out of the ruck. Put that one down for Glenorchy. Hit out, Grooves. Because I had you distracted. Jake Smith gives it over the top, and it's going to be an out-of-bounds kick from Casey Brown. Going to be a free kick to Glenorchy. This will be an inside 50. Richard Dilger is going to take the kick from the free kick. Well, he hasn't go inside 50, Grooves. I shouldn't presume, should I? He goes sideways and finds John Geard. This should be an inside 50. Geard, he's going to look long. The ruckman's down there. Duggan, can't find it. Comes out, through hand, good. Harper, over the top to Holt. He's away to the races, giving the speed. Good chase, Sammy Rundle. Riley, can't be hit up to Nellen at the full. Well done, the Glenorchy defence. Arnold set upon. Oh, through comes Rundle with hip and shoulder on Nellen. Good contest. The ball's just gone forward of centre this time. Launceston's end of the ground. What have we got? 17 minutes gone, 6:9:45. Launceston, Glenorchy 117. North Hobart, it's North Launceston 44. North Hobart 10.
Okay, we're off now from the clearance there. Kick towards half-forwards taken. Easy mark there. Taken by Casey Brown. Now towards Seymour, who's having a big game here at Windsor Park. Racking up lots of possessions. He had 7 in the first quarter. Invited now to play on. Goes short and finds Harper, who's also had a big game. Harper has Hodge. Switches it now to the wing on the right-hand side of the park. Kick towards half-forward to Hines, who presents and takes the mark. Great footy, Launceston. Hines too far out to score. He plays on, keeps it low. Beautiful pass to Riley, who takes the mark. 30 out, slight angle. Gee, that was a good pass there from Jake Hines. He stumbled a bit in the lead-up and then just got to his feet. And pinpoint accuracy to Dylan Riley. It was a great set shot for goal. Took the 3 behinds in the first quarter. But you'd probably back him in here. Manny for the season now, Macca?
25 plus 1.
So this is for goal number 27. So Dylan Riley to the northern end of Windsor Park. It's another one. Another goal to Dylan Riley. That's 2 today. And it's 7-9-51 to 1-1-7. And any thought that they might struggle into the breeze now for the Blues, as that thought is gone, because they're really doing well now towards the northern end of the ground.
That they are. I thought there might have been a little bit of saviour with that breeze, but it's been to no avail. Glenorchy end.
We are seeing good penetration with the kicks to that end, aren't we? So
just a superstar forward line, though, isn't it? It's
and the lead-up play there was fantastic. There was lots of involvements. Harper involved, Seymour involved. Beautiful switch to Hodge, Hodge to Hines, and Hines to Riley.
Yep, just multifaceted, that forward line. So Auckland going to do battle again, Grooves. We'll go those hit-outs, mate. What are they? Auckland gets another one.
That's 12 for this quarter.
Yeah, he's going well. Rundle. This is an inside 50. Up goes Chug. Daly puts a head over it. Someone's got a free kick here. Glenorchy. Daly, no.
Callum
Thompson.
Thompson.
The youngster in Thompson. So Callum Thompson sits it to the top of the square looking for Conway. Just slipped a little bit at the last minute, and Jake Smith punches it through for a behind. So Glenorchy will take any score they can at this stage as Smith walks out of the square, kicks up, looks for and finds Dakin. 2 bites of the cherry it took him. Dakin. Harper does as he pleases. Polframan right on the outer wing. Goes by hands. Seymour, he'll go by hands again. Denellen, he's got Auckland indoors. Ignores him. Nice sidestep. Gets on the left boot. Does Denellen. Harper goes. Hyatt's there. The youngster in Hyatt gets it. Good hands. Over to Seymour. Snaps it across. Right boot. Jaden Hines sets and takes it. Just keep kicking it to the predictable spots. And Jake Hines, in fact. Sorry, Foz. Brother Jaden, of course. Jake Hines takes the mark. Nice mark going back with the flight of the play on his chest. And Hines is going to have a shot for goal. They've already kicked 4 for the quarter of Launceston. Going against the breeze that there is. Hines, left foot, Lovely kick, and kicks it. So this one is just getting a little bit out of control here at the moment, Dave Moore.
Yep, 8-9-57 to 1 goal, 2-8. And they've just got so many weapons in that forward line, Macca. Now, we've got Musica back today. Thorpe's come back in the last couple of weeks. So many dangerous players. And when you might have limited backline stocks with the late withdrawals today for Glenorchy, it's very hard to cover all those star players in the Launceston forward line.
Oh, definitely. Like if those players were all a little bit niggly, maybe they just sort of wrote this game off as one they were going to lose, and then they sort of look ahead. They've got the Tigers, Lauderdale, North Hobart, and North Launceston, plus a bye in there. Yep. So some real crucial games down south that maybe they're going to say, right, let's target these if we're going to make that top 4.
Harper gets out now towards Blackberry. Blackberry inside 50 towards Riley, up against Arnold. Riley front position. Arnold does well. Wright gets it back to Riley. Geez, his recovery is good. Handle off to Donnellan. Can he get a handle on it? No, he can't. Out of bounds. And he mentioned it last week with Riley Macker. He's just his ability to get back up again from the contest.
He's so sprightly. He doesn't weigh much. He's tall and sort of gangly, isn't he, at times? And just so athletic. As the wing gets up a little bit there, Thorpe and Cleary. They both sort of got rid of each other over the ruck hit out. Holt. Back to Thorpe. Left foot over Alec Wright's head. Donnellan's there. Wright steps inside. Has a snap. Alec Wright misses. He misses the lot. Dom Shaliro extends the arms, the boundary umpire, and says, Josh Arnold, you can have the kick from here. Deep into the second quarter. 22 and a half minutes gone. 8-9-57 Launceston. Glenorchy 1-2-8. They go short. Blowfield. Blowfield in front of Harper. Still tucked away in the back pocket. Let's see how he kicks it. Awkward ball drop. Looks for Chug here on the lead. He nearly finds him. Unfortunately, Chug plays for Launceston. And it's going to be holding the footy. Free kick against Chug. Well done, Daniel Joseph. He's going to take the free kick. So he might look for the 45. He's got Daly inboard there. Oh, he's kicked it straight into Chug's head. And Chug just shakes it off. And Daniel Joseph has given Chug a falcon. And that was nasty. Daniel Joseph, not even a little apology. He just walks off and shakes it off to Isaac Chug. Anyway, half time. Similar time there, 23 minutes. Launceston, they continue to go well. 8-9-57 lead at Glenorchy 1-8. And the goal kickers in that quarter, there was 4 individual goal kickers in that quarter. And leading all comers is Mitchell Thorpe with 2, Dylan Riley with 2. And singles to Jake Hines, Joby Harper, Jack Nellen and Alec Wright. And Ethan Conway is the sole goal kicker for Glenorchy. And it's half-time at North Hobart. 6-8-48 North Launceston, North Hobart 3-4-22. And we won't be long. We'll hear from Cam Brown down at North Hobart.
And to give time Cam to do his wrap-up there at North Hobart, we might just talk for a little while about what's happened here, Macca. So, obviously, one side is outclassing the other. I mean, Launceston are playing very well. And their firepower up forward, their work at the stoppages, they're dominant in the ruck, and the 2 big on ballers. How big have been Seymour and also Harper?
Well, Harper just gets it everywhere, gets it inside, but he's an elite runner, Joby Harper. Like he was a gun triathlete as a junior. So much endurance at the 800s and 1500s in athletics, and he just keeps running. Seymour, I wouldn't say has that running power, but he has power from the stoppage a bit more than what Harper does. So they really complement each other, and they just keep giving the ball to each other by hand and then by foot, and then you throw in a bit of pace of the pulse from him. They've got a really nice mix on ball. Blackberry, a bit quieter that quarter, didn't see much of him. But of course, Glenorchy, they tried to throw Cleary forward. They throw him forward, they don't get the footy down there. All of a sudden it opens up their back line. Riley and Thorpe just go crazy, and then they have to throw him back. So, look, a disappointing outfit at the moment, Glenorchy. I know they're undermanned, but they look a little bit dejected too, don't they? Like that last kick of Daniel Joseph probably summed it up. He's one of the elite kicks in the competition, yet he kicks it straight into the head of his opponent.
Yeah, it's been a good battle, Dylan Riley up against Josh Arnold, but Riley sort of, he's had a good game so far. He could have kicked more goals than he has. He missed some easy ones in the first quarter.
Yeah, look, he kicked 3 behinds in the first. He has 2 goals now. Just Arnold will be okay if he can read the ball before Riley, because he has to be in front of him, otherwise Riley's going to go straight past him. But Riley reads it so well, and you mentioned it, Foz, just the ability for him to get up from the stoppage and go again, and just those little kicks between him and Thorpe and Musica, they're electric up forward.
Okay, we'll might just have a look at the stats before we cross back for some messages. So at half-time, thanks to Dave Gruber, the stats here, 24 outs to 9, Launceston's way. So Tim Auckland, he's been a pretty dominant ruckman all year in the competition. He continues that today. Clearances, 19 to 13, 10 to 8 that quarter. Inside 50s, 30 to Launceston, 11 to Glenorchy. So 11 to 7 the Blues way that quarter. 13 marks inside 50 for Launceston, Macca. That's as big as we've seen in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah, they just, they're finding them, aren't they? And Glenorchy have had, what they say, it's 7 inside 50s.
Yep.
You had only a couple of marks, and the marks they weren't deep. Well, Cleary took one, that was it.
And free kicks, pretty well umpired game so far, 11 to Glenorchy and 10 for Launceston. And just at half-time again, Macca, at North Hobart. We'll maybe get to that in a minute.
Yeah, 6-8-44 North Launceston, North Hobart, 3-4-22.
And it was a good lead, I think 3 goals to Clarence at half-time down there at Richmond. So we'll take a break here on City Park Radio, and when we come back, we'll have Cam Brown from North Hobart Oval.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
There was a lot of binge watching TV to begin with. I just sort of found the mood was starting to get really low. There's nothing to do, can't do nothing.
It was very mentally hard not being able to go to work, being restricted where I could run.
I think at this stage now they're just kind of over it. They're just sick of hearing about coronavirus and being reminded for the millionth time how to wash their hands.
Defeat, just absolute defeat of going, there is nothing we can do to fix this or to change this. We've just got to deal with it.
I've got Cameron on the line.
Oh yes, we're back. Health
Thanks, Ron.
The first episode is coming. I'll talk to you soon.
The selection of Lazy Boy electric lift recliners at King's Furniture is impressive. These chairs look fabulous, and the clever reclining and tilting mechanisms operated by a simple press of a button give real comfort. Available in fabric and soft as butter leather, the Lazy Boy electric recliners at King's are the best. King's is no ordinary furniture store, so if you're serious about comfort, come and see us. Our electric recliners are on sale now. King's Furniture, 274 Hobart Road, open all weekend, and a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
Welcome back here to Windsor Park. It's a big lead at half-time to Launceston, 8-9-57. Glenorchy 1-2-8. Of course, there's 3 games in the TSL today. There's Clarence versus Lauderdale at Richmond, and the Roos are doing pretty well there, leading by 3 goals. And we've also got a big game at North Hobart Oval, North Hobart and North Launceston. A much publicised game with the increased size of the crowd and also the John Leedham tribute leading up to the game. And down there doing the live stream special comments, we thank him for his time at half-time. Welcome to Cam Brown. G'day, Brownie.
G'day, Dave. And as you mentioned, a really good start to the game. Nice build-up, as you mentioned, increased capacity and also the tribute to John Leedham. But for your North Launceston fans at City Park Radio, a good start for them. They lead 6-8-44 over North Hobart 3-4-22.
Okay, mate. So who are the major goal kickers?
Yeah, look, North Launceston, Daniel Withers, who was really lively in the first quarter, has kicked 2. Ollie Sanders has also kicked 2. Really smart on his left foot too. Really nice opportunistic goals. Taylor Whitford kicked a really brilliant goal in the second quarter, and also Mark Walsh from outside 50 on his left foot. Kick 1, and for North Hobart, 2 goals in 5 minutes to Julian DeBoz late in the second quarter, and 1 to Huey Williams.
And the match up with DeBoz, Brownie, is that Corey Nankervis?
Yeah, and he's just got away from him, Dave, in the last 5 minutes. He's been pretty well held. And North Hobart didn't see a lot of the footy in the first quarter. North Launceston just put enormous pressure on the North Hobart defenders out of the back half. They just couldn't move the footy in the first quarter. And then from the second quarter onwards, North Launceston just started to get the ball on the outside, and they started to hurt them from skill errors. But I guess from a footy purist point of view, Dave, a really good matchup between Sam Collins and Jackson Callow today. Callow's worked pretty hard, but just hasn't been able to get the game on his terms at the moment. I think Sam Collins has won that battle pretty well at this early stage, but you'd think Callow would come back in the second half. Jack Sandrick had a job early on Bradley Cox-Goodyear, held him pretty well in the first quarter. Then he got moved on to Ponting, who he was also able to quell. But then for the North Launceston listeners, Cox-Goodyear was really strong in the latter part of that second quarter.
Yeah, Brownie Macca here, mate. Thanks for joining us on City Park.
No worries, Mac.
You probably haven't seen a lot of North Launceston so far this year live. What are you feeling at the moment in terms of their premiership aspirations? Are they as good as they have been, or do you still think they've got a few gears to go?
What's impressed me today, Macca, is their defensive efforts. They've made it really hard for North Hobart to transition to footy. So when they haven't got the footy, they've been really strong. But they still look so smart to me, and particularly with their foot skills. When you've got someone like Cox-Goodyear who can kick it so well, Mark Walsh too, and having some of these guys back when potentially you weren't going to see them. But I think, some smart additions to their team too. Withers was, as I mentioned, was really good in the first quarter. Ollie Sanders, Ruston was lively in the first 5 or 10 minutes. So, yeah, they still look pretty strong to me. Mac, I've seen Lonnie once, but from my perspective, the two best teams of the competition are Launceston and North Launceston for mine.
And do you feel that probably Lauderdale are now third, maybe best side on paper, and then you've got the real battle now, don't you, between Clarence, who tend to be Jekyll and Hyde. We've seen disappointing Glenorchy today with a few out. Can you crystal ball a little bit for us in those third and fourth positions?
I think you've summed it up pretty well. I think Lauderdale, after a slow start, will probably find themselves the best team in the south, and we know traditionally they're slow starters and probably will do their best work at the finish, and that's the way it's probably looking like this season. And I think you're spot on it. It's a real fight for fourth. Early on the season, I thought North Hobart were probably looking pretty
North Hobart.
Good, but if they lose today, it's probably going to be 4 or 5 on the trot for them. So they're going to have to try and get their season back on track. Clarence, I thought, were disappointing last week against Glenorchy, but the week before they were really good against North Hobart. So that's probably the story for mine. Probably the top three look pretty well established, but that fight for fourth position, it just might come down to percentage before the end of the year.
Now, Brownie, we've got a debut today for North Hobart, young Tommy Leafheber. I hope I've said that correctly. He had his jumper given there by Darren Perry there before the game. How's he gone?
He hasn't been too bad. Got a couple of touches. They've moved him in the back half, and then he's found some of the footy in the forward half. So he certainly hasn't looked out of place on debut. But yeah, so a good opportunity for him as well. Look, some of for some of the other City Park listeners as well too, that I haven't seen a lot of some of the players too for North Launceston, in particular Withers. I mentioned him; he was really good in the first quarter. So he looks like he's added something to them since coming across from a Tier 2 competition. So we're looking forward to the second half. If you were to predict it, Dave, you'd think probably North Launceston should go away and win this one by 7 or 8 goals just on balance. They probably should have been further in front with 5 minutes to go before the end of the second quarter. It was 6 goals to 1. It was only just Julian DeBois who bobbed up and kicked a couple that had maybe given North Hobart a little bit of confidence going into the main break.
Well, Brownie, we thank you very much. You're having a bit of a break from the stream, so we'll give you a few minutes to collect yourself for the second half, and thanks for joining us here on City Park Radio.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
That's Cam Brown joining us here at halftime, and we thank him once again for his time. Just repeating the halftime score at North Hobart, 6-8-44 North Launceston. North Hobart, 3 goals for 22, and here at Windsor Park it's 8-9-57 Launceston. Glenorchy 1 goal 2-8. We'll take a short break here from our coverage on the live stream and City Park Radio, and we'll come back. We'll just have a chat to Macca about a few things. I don't know what they are yet, Macca, but I'll spring them on you.
Well, it might be a Mandela effect win here in a moment. Richie, right. The Bear Robinson's horse has just gone at the Valley, so we'll let our listeners know how that goes after the break.
Back in a minute.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
Looking for a coffee bar with great coffee, friendly atmosphere and service? Then drop into Urban Espresso, formerly Roasted Coffee House, at 99A St John Street, Launceston. All our coffee beans are organic and fair trade. You can try locally made treats and the best Portuguese tarts outside Portugal. We serve chai, hot chocolate, and T2 teas from local tea specialist Cocoon Living Tea. See you soon at Urban Espresso, 99A St John Street. Find us at urban-espresso.com.au or on Facebook. Urban Espresso, a sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football, on City Park Radio.
We've just caught us feasting here on a couple of hampers that the ladies have given us. Mrs. Hodge, thank you very much.
Yeah, how good.
For thinking of us there. And Benny Donaldson's getting into some cheese and stuff. So it's fantastic. And just behind us today, of course, I mentioned earlier, it's the Pink Day here at Windsor Park. And a function of about 90 or so mainly women behind us. And they're raising money for the Holman Clinic. So they're all decked out in pink, and there's fundraising and prizes and raffles and all sorts of things. And the ladies have been out in the balcony watching the game as well. And the food is fantastic. Getting into it, enjoying it, Groobs.
Well.
So Groobs has got his headset off, so he can't answer.
We've got the stats here, Foz.
Yep.
And as we mentioned, Joby Harper's had 21 for the half. So that's a fair game, isn't it? 15 kicks, 6 handballs, 6 marks, 5 handball receives, 6 ball gets, 6 clearances, 3 tackles, 1 spoil, 1 goal, 2.
That's
a
pretty
fair
good
effort
first
at the
half.
moment for big Joby Harper. You mentioned it, Fletcher Seymour. He's had 15, including 5 clearances. Jared Dakin's had 10, and Dylan Riley's had 11 with his 2 goals, 3.
And Jared Dakin continues to have a pretty good season. He's not a big stats winner, as you know, but he's very efficient at what he does.
We've seen him play different roles this year. We saw him tag a few times. We've seen him play forward, and now we're sort of seeing them play a little bit of both. Not too much tagging at the moment, not necessary today.
And City Park Radio, we're taking a break from our coverage next week. There's a couple of games involving the northern teams down south at Lauderdale and Richmond. So, but we've got the Sarda State final next week in Macca. Looking forward to that.
Yeah, I'll be heading down to the Kingborough. Twin Ovals is where the game's going to be played. I think it's going to be about a 12 noon start. And Guildford Young versus St Patrick's College. So it'll be a really good contest.
Just watching James Deegan run out there, Macca. I know he's been out a couple of weeks with injury, but he's looking very proppy as he comes out.
He is. And a little bit of news, obviously, with the talent this week, Foz. The Tassie boys got listed, the combines and stuff like that, with the Tassie under-18 talent. So Jackson Callow, who we heard from Browning before, Sam Collins, Patrick Walker, and Ollie Davis, the clearance player. Those boys have been invited, I suppose, to their own state testing this year, where all those results will be put in the database and sent off to the AFL clubs. Normally they head off, of course, to Marvel Stadium to do all that, but with the COVID situation, they're doing that all in their region. So that was good that those boys have been recognised, because to get recognised at that level, Foz, you need to be, I think it might be a dozen of the clubs, I think, to get to that level. You need to be recognised that those clubs are interested in you. So that's good for those lads.
For some of our listeners, Macca, that don't know much about the draft combine, what sort of things go on there? Is it physical testing? Is it interviews?
Yeah,
what sort of
so
things?
A little bit of both, Foz, or a lot of both, to be honest. A lot of the clubs at this time of the year would have already met with most of the players that they want to at some level. Whether that normally, in normal situations, that might be a face-to-face interview, pre-season or during the season. AFL clubs might be onto their second lot of interviews come this time of the year. So at the moment, that's obviously being done all online through Zoom and teleconferencing and stuff. And then what they would do then is come combine time, they would normally get the club psychologist involved. They might get the senior coach for some clubs gets involved, and they ask them some curly questions about different things. But then they do their physical testing, so they'll do...
How many different physical tests are there?
So they'll do their height and weight, obviously.
Yep.
They will do 20-metre sprint. They do repeat sprints. They used to do a beep test. That's now called a yo-yo test, which is a little bit different to a beep test. They'll do a 2K time trial as well. And they do vertical jump, so looking at power and stuff like that. Standing vertical jump, and agility as well. They do the agility test. So it's a big few days for the players, but obviously it's different this year. So those Tassie lads will do it somewhere, either up here or down in Hobart, probably because most of the boys are from down there in the gym. And all those testings will be done probably by the TIS, so they're all scrutinised, properly done, and they'll get put in the database. So that's coming up. I think there might even be a game in the school holidays for our north and south talent, the under-18s. Of course, the under-18 comp next year, if it goes ahead, will become an under-19 comp. So all the boys
that starting next year?
Yeah, all the boys that missed out this year as under-18s will now go to under-19s. So that will allow the Tassie staff to have a look at the boys from this year, and also give a few boys a go who are bottom age players. If they play that game in the holidays, it gives them another opportunity to play and see where they're looking for the future. So that'll be something for the boys to look forward to.
Back a really amazing scoreline at Richmond. We talked at half time there with Cam Brown about Lauderdale maybe the third best side, but they're getting a shellacking at the moment from McLaren. There might be a breeze there because it sort of fluctuated a bit, but 3/4 time 9-12-66 plays 5-2-32. So that you talk the Jekyll and Hyde side exactly, isn't it? Clarence, you don't know where they've beaten Launceston here.
Yep, they're really hard. Those southern sides are just so up and down. And our old mate Darren Window, a little crack in the media this week, Foz, at Cricket Tasmania. He took game out this week.
He's always got a target, hasn't he?
He wasn't really. Look, I think it made sense that they could find the scoreboard, the sight screens to go down for AFL, but Clarence weren't allowed to play there. So he's got his arguments with Don Baker and that at AFL at Cricket Tas.
Just got a text from Max Walker, and that under-18 game is north and northwest versus south.
Yeah, so the north of the state. Yeah, correct. So when we say north, we mean the whole greater northern region. Of course, there are some talented boys down at the Devonport and Burnie areas, some of which play up here now, like Bain and Lowe, for example, would be in that under-18 mix.
So yours is City Park
North
Radio.
Launceston?
Sorry, mate.
Sorry, no, North Launceston, yeah.
City Park Radio 103.7, 96.5. Thanks to our sponsors, Andrew Doyle, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows.
Where is Max?
Not sure, but
Where is Max? He's all right for him to chirp off on the text.
Yeah.
Get here, Maxwell. This balcony. I'm just about to put the beanie on, mate. We're about to go.
Second half action, and it's Launceston with a comfortable lead at half time.
Let's see what we can do. It might be tough. It will be here for the whole half. James Deegan up against Auckland. They both have a bit of an airy. Deegan pops it over the top. It only goes as far as Fletcher Seymour. He chips it sideways and finds the player there in Boyd. He chips it sideways again to Miller Hodge. They're missing their third amigo down there today. Of course, young Tuttle with an injury. Blackberry, long left foot kick. Oh, it's one step here. Good kick at goal for Dakin and misses far side. Misses the lot, in fact, Jared Dakin. And it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a free kick to Glenorchy to Arnold. So Arnold, he's had his hands full with Dylan Riley. He takes a couple of metres, creeps and goes. Oh, good hit up and mark there on the far side. I think that's Riley Best.
Yep.
So that was a nice mark and good connection from Josh Arnold. He goes down in front of the interchange boxes. Miller Hodge wins his one-on-one battle, does well. Coughs it up by hand. Coming in now is Tyrrell. He goes by hand to Seymour. Out the back to Chug. Can't take the mark there. Launceston through Hines. Inside 50. Scrap kick. Here's Riley. Sets himself on Arnold. Thorpe. Cleary does well for Glenorchy with Arnold. They're trying hard, these Glenorchy defenders, but they're still under the pump. In fact, they've kicked it behind as he tried to switch it.
Joshy Arnold.
Joshy Arnold's kicked it behind for Launceston. So that's a rush behind. And they're going to reset and go again on this occasion through Daniel Joseph. So Daniel Joseph, I keep saying he's an elite kick, but we haven't seen it much today. He goes short on this occasion, finds Josh Arnold.
Joshy Arnold takes the mark at in front of the goal square. Now he gets it to Geard. Johnny Geard's had a bit of it today. Hasn't been their worst by any means. That's not a great kick though. Tries to spot up Blowfield. Now it's a chance for Launceston. Chain of handballs. Well, that's a great tackle there on a player about to have a shot for goal. So well done to the Glenorchy defensive. Worked hard there. There's a player down. I think it's Denellen. It was the player who tried to launch for goal there. Just got tackled at the last moment. So it's a ball up. Dangerous position. Launceston to attack. They've got that slight breeze. It's dropped a lot since the game started. Thorpe in the contest. Cleary is there. We might have held Musica without it. That's the way the umpire will see it, I think. And in fact, it's Jay Blackberry. I think he's getting up from the contest. He's going to go back and have a shot for goal. They look a bit alike today, Musica and Blackberry.
Yeah, they both have the
heads.
shaved head, and I'll tell you what, they're both balding a little bit too, the boys. They don't like it much, but they've had to shave. They've got the fair helicopter pads on top.
He's been kicking goals recent weeks, says Jay Blackberry. He kicked 3 last week. And a really dominant performance here. Been a bit quieter today, but it's been a big performance from the Blues. Here's Jay Blackberry. He's only about 20 out, slightly right of centre. And it's another goal for Launceston as Jay Blackberry makes no mistake with the set shot. That's 9-10-64, plays 1 goal, 2-8. And Macca, North Hobart, North Launceston have got a shot for goal there.
Yeah, they do, and it's gone right side. So North Launceston 45, North Hobart 23.
So another goal for the Blues, and Blackberry's gone straight back onto the ball.
It's been a real plus for Launceston.
They've got so many to rotate, haven't they?
His ability to go on ball, Blackberry. We saw him play a lot of forward line. He just, every time he goes midfield, he didn't do it much against North Launceston the other week. And I keep going back to that because that's going to be the likely matchup.
Yep.
In a what are we, month's time?
He's up against Callendale at the moment. Back in the middle of the ground. The ground's been pretty good today. We had a bit of rain in the last few days, but the ground's played pretty well. Here's Blackberry again from the centre. Oh, beautiful play, Jay Blackberry. Kicks it now to the advantage of Riley, who takes the mark. Does he? Juggles. No, he misses it. There's one he could have taken there. He used the body beautifully, but couldn't finish the job. Out now through Isaac Manson. Finds Riley best in the long sleeves. He's over the top now to Banks Smith in the helmet. Little proppy kick. Can't connect with a teammate. It's going to come back again. Oh, that's a great tackle, Banks Smith. Should have been rewarded. Here go the Pies now. Thompson flicks it out. Auckland back to Hodge. Hodge has time to consider his options, and he goes out and finds Denellen. So Denellen on centre wing. Little handball over the top. Finds Seymour with hands. Now it's with Wright. Alec Wright squares the ball to Harper. Couple of kicks out from goal. Right half forward is Joby Harper. Going back. Is he going to go long? He is indeed. Trying to find a target up there. Riley's hovering. It spills over the back of the contest and rolls through for a behind. And it's 9-11-65 Launceston. Glenorchy 1-2-8. Been playing 5 minutes into the quarter. Handball sideways. Josh Arnold kicks up the wing here. Tries to find a teammate in Evans Fender, but it's knocked away nicely there by Jake Smith, who hasn't had a lot to do today. It was a bit of an injury concern the other week at UTAS Stadium.
I thought he was gone.
Yeah, so
came back after half time.
Did. He's very durable. He doesn't miss many games, Jake Smith.
No, he plays tall, doesn't he? He's on a sort of taller opponent there in Zach Evans Fenton, but plays above his height.
Debut in 2013, Jake Smith. As the boundary thrown falls short. Dakin tries to get a kick, it's smothered. You go the Pies now. Thompson. It's away there towards Joseph. His kick's been affected by the tackle. Here's Casey Brown using pace. He pumps it inside 50. Riley up against about 3. Flooding across the front there's Tom Cleary, who takes a good mark.
Cleary, been an excellent defender, finds Blowfield across the ground. Blowfield nearly caught. Because of that, his kick was rushed. Hyatt burrows in, the youngster, the 16-year-old debutant.
Son of Brett.
Son of Brett. Yes, Brett would be a proud father today. And it's going to be a free kick, Miller Hodge. So Hodge goes near side. Thorpe is there. Riley's there. Seymour's there. Snaps it across the front. Riley!
Got it.
Wow. He just comes up and he's there at the time. Poor old Josh Arnold goes, well, what can I do? I was right with him. Just met the ball on the lead. And Fletcher Seymour, he was working in a phone box there. There wasn't much space for him. Just enough to get the kick. And Dylan Riley has kicked 2 goals, 3 for today. Inaccurate early with a few snaps.
It was the third quarter last week, wasn't it, where we saw him turn it on?
Kick 5. A little bit different setup today. A few more down there. They might open it up for him again. And this one's missed near side, Dylan Riley. So that's 2 goals, 4. And Launceston, if you've just joined us here in the second half, they had a good first half. 9-12-66 as the scoreboard updates. Glenorchy 1-2-8.
Kick to the far side. Hodge can't quite take the mark. Gets in the follow-up. Tackled. Chance now for Glenorchy. Riley Best is in there. Taken there by Daly. Handballs backwards. Daniel Joseph kicks off a step. Kicks long, but front position is Jamison House. up against Matty Joseph. Been rock solid today, that Launceston back line, as Jamison House kicks along inside 50. Coming out to meet it was Copperman. Oh, Brown does well for Glenorchy. Now Alec Wright has a shot for goal. Across the face, another behind. They're peppering away 9-13-67 to 1 goal 2-8. North Hobart, Macca.
North Hobart, they're 23, North Launceston 46, but Sharon Eggers having a shot for goal here. As I bring you the goal, and it looks pretty good. So it's a goal to Sharon Egger, North Launceston 52, North Hobart 23.
Short kick out to Daly. He goes long out towards Bank Smith, but in the way is Seymour. Drops a mark he probably should have taken. On the follow-up, he's tackled. Pack of players. Umpire will ball it up. Moonee Valley Race 5 yet, Macca?
Yeah, sorry, I should let our listeners know. Mandela Effect, no good.
Okay.
So back to the drawing board there for the Tassie Connections, including North Hobart coach Richie Robinson.
Do you reckon he had a transistor in the earpiece?
I don't reckon, but his phone would have texted lots if it had a 1, and because it was deadly silent, I reckon he knows the result.
Callan Daly, low kick up the wing towards Tyson Miller. Over the back, here's Isaac Hyatt. Gets around his opponent, does well. Little kick. It's a good one here towards Seymour. Getting in the way, though, was Thompson. Taken by Daniel Joseph. He's an attacking foray for the Pies. Gee, Isaac chugged it well there against Joseph. Chance of Richard Dilger. Little left foot kick towards half forward. Here's the big ruckman in Deegan. Jamison House, though, does well. Shoves it back to Hodge. Hodge by hands to Miller. To Tyrrell. Off half back, they do well, Launceston. Tyrrell's kick, a little bit in hope towards the centre of the ground. It might work out all right. Musica hits up, takes it, falls over to Michael Musica. Handball straight to his opponent there, and Daniel Joseph kicks inside 50. House there back doing the mopping up. Gets it to Chug. Now towards Holt. Holt little kick sideways. And they're off now with Jacob Boyd.
Jacob Boyd, half back, looks up. Harper, brilliant early, 21 possessions in the first half. Over the top to Pulfreman. Pulfreman hits up, Riley, chest mark. Again, it's just a repeat of the script. He's going to give it off, though, and he finds Musica. Musica, 30 metres out from goal. And you mentioned it, Foz, in the first quarter. He is selfless when it comes to goal kicking because he saw Musica in a better position. Riley would have been on an angle. He hasn't got his kicking boots on today, so he gives it to Musica. And Musica takes the mark. 30 metres out directly in front, kicking towards the city end. Looking for Launceston's 10th. So another big percentage booster. They're 184% going into the day, Foz. And could come down to that with North Launceston. So both teams looking to demolish their opposition. Musica comes in, kicks it, and kicks it well. Just sneaks in left side. Yes, it does. And Michael Musica gets his first for the day, and the 10th for Launceston. So they're 10-13-73. Glenorchy a lowly 1-2-8.
Often have discussions on Sunday morning with Damien Gill about highlights from the previous day for the Facebook. And I'll tell you what, that one there, they took it right from deep in defence, didn't drop the ball, clean possession to Riley, then to Musica and goal. So that's one of the best packages of play I've seen today.
They do.
Fantastic.
As Benny Donaldson comes to get another little dip of the platter. Sort of a little platter for our listeners and viewers. It's a little platter like a Demon supporter.
It's fantastic.
Would take to the footy in the MCC. It's got cheese and biscuits and strawberries and apricots and chocolate. It's beautiful. And thank you very much to the Launceston ladies here. Harper outside the square, kicks it inside 50. Blackberry, Thorpe up on the get. Gives to Musica. Hines, he wanted to trigger on the left. He's going to be tackled. It goes out of bounds, left forward pocket. I'll tell you what, they could market these little gift packs that they've given here.
That was Tom Cleary with that tackle again, Macca. He's been, I reckon, the best player today for Launceston.
He's been one of the best on the ground, really, for what he's had to do. He's been influential because the score would be a lot more.
He's in the ruck now, and he tries to take it away. Thorpe off the ground, just chips it up to the goal square. Here's the dangerous Riley, hovering. He gets it now, does Riley. Handballs it off to Thorpe on the left foot. Scrubby old kick, which way will it bounce? Blowfield does well. He clears it out of defence for the Pies. Out here towards Cooper Meredith, who lays a tackle on his opponent. Now Holt's got it over the top to Wright. Wright swings it towards the teeth of goal. Hines can't take the mark. Rundle working hard back there. Sees the ball over the boundary line. And they're really holding back damn well now are the Pies' defence. It's attack after attack for Launceston Group. Some stats for us, please.
Inside 50s, 9 to Launceston, 1 to Glenorchy. Clearances 5 to Launceston, 1 to Glenorchy this quarter.
As Cleary gets the handball out. Handball comes now to Geared. Throws it on the boot. Doing with her is Riley Best, but he can only see the ball over the boundary line. So our next game for broadcast is here in a couple of weeks, Launceston versus North Hobart.
Back here.
We are indeed. It's the last home game here for the season for the Blues. It might be a big game for North Hobart by that stage, as tackle is laid on. Mackie, got an update from North Hobart for us?
Yeah, North Hobart 29, North Launceston 58.
And I mentioned before that Clarence had a good lead there at three-quarter time. There might be a breeze involved, so we'll get another score there in a minute when Macca takes over from me. As Polfreman kicks inside 50. Copperman against Boyd.
Good mark.
Good mark by Copperman. And he chips it sideways and he finds young Blowfield.
Blowfield on Blackberry. Tucked away, looked to go back across goal. Couldn't do so. Arnold. Don't want to turn it over because Riley's circling. Blackberry. Oh, he falls over. Ball goes out of bounds. So every time Arnold runs off, Dylan Riley just sort of hangs back a little bit and he's just sweating on a turnover because you know where it's going to go. Throw in, inside 50. Cleary takes it out of the ruck. Oh, just too big, too strong. Joby Harper. Wow. Joby Harper. He did a little bit of the ruck work there and he just got rid of Cleary. Takes it so cleanly, does Joby Harper. And he kicks the goal. And that's his second for the day. Foz, what did you have for me?
I just thinking Joby Harper. He's had a couple of quieter weeks. Against North Launceston he was good, but not a lot of quality possession. But today he's off the leash again.
Oh, well, 21 in the first half.
Yep.
He's just kicked a goal. The player ranking points will be up for him today.
11-13-79, plays at 1-2-8. So second big win in a row for the Blues coming up here at Windsor Park. Such a contrast. Goal and then 5 goals in consecutive games. Last week they kicked 17 and they've got 11 already today.
Maxie just said the platter might get him here, Foz, so if he can nearly taste it. I've described it that well.
There's from the centre of the ground. Player tackle to a standstill by 2. So it'll be a secondary ball up. So lovely weather here today. There's a good scene, good crowd in, and great function behind us here. The ladies had great time raising money for the Holman Clinic as Polfreman now launches towards attacking 50. Thumped away by Wright. Here's Hines over the top, connecting handball to Blackberry. Should goal and does goal is Jay Blackberry. He's in hot form around goals at the moment. And that's his second for today.
Second for the quarter.
Second for this third quarter. Easy as you like then out of the centre for the Blues. And gee, they've been strong out of the clearances. James Deegan obviously suffering some sort of injury. But it was Polfreman who got it to half forward. A knock away from Wright. Then it was to Hines. And then it ended up with Blackberry, who just cruised into goal for their 12th. 12-13. 85. Plays at 1-2-8.
Yeah, just too classy, too big, too strong. Just so many options to the Launceston Football Club.
I'm just sweating on that last score from Richmond, which is a big gain in the context of the ladder. It's back in the middle. Sammy Rundle's in a tackle there with Dakin. Rundle wins it. Well done. He kicks it now towards half forward. Isaac Chuggs goes back. Oh, great mark, Isaac Chuggs.
Yes.
Right in front of the camera here. It's another highlight for the day.
Well, timely with Tutil going out injured, that he had actually come into the side a couple of weeks ago and he's sort of taken that position, intercept marks. Joseph taken in a tackle by Hyatt and they rub him on the head to the youngster. First game, lays a tackle on a TSL stalwart in Daniel Joseph. And well done to Isaac Hyatt. Auckland just manhandles the ruckman. In fact, he does it too much there on the big fella, the ruckman. In James Deegan. He turns it over and goes straight to Jamison House. Beautiful switch kick in the conditions, a bit of breeze. Finds Casey Brown. They just swing it so well, Launceston. Hines. Handball over the top. Goes well, gets it back again, does Hines. Holt kicks it into the man. Casey Brown follows up speed. Does Casey Brown. Could have unloaded, goes short, lowers the eyes. The big fella there in Copperman's taken high. And Daniel Copperman. He gives it off. Arnold. Turnover. No, out of bounds. Far side of the ground. He just joined us. 17 and a half, nearly 18 minutes gone in the third quarter. It's all Launceston. 11-13-79 to Glenorchy 1-8. That goal came in the first quarter to Ethan Conway.
The scoreboard is 1 goal behind, Mac. I think it's 12-13-85.
12-13-85.
Yep.
All right, we'll go with that because that's what's on the stream, is it?
Absolutely.
Right,
the Groups has got that under control.
The only good thing about that is I'll get to see the goal umpires come over here again like they did last week and put on a little show. You go. I'm going to count my goals up just to make sure.
Inside 50 is Josh Arnold. Little handball away. Now it's with Tom Cleary.
12 goals definite. Grooves, you're the best in the business.
Here's Copperman in a contest. Well done by Copperman. He kicks it fairly blindly. It's 2 against 1 contest here now. Isaac Hyatt does well. Gets over to Chug. Back to Hyatt on the boundary line. Little left foot kicks nice to Miller Hodge. No, in fact, it's Alec Wright who's on 50. Kicks in towards the goal square. Ball's knocked away by 2 from Jake Hines. Still in play, Copperman. Tackled by Seymour over the boundary line. So 85 plays 8. They only let the Tigers kick 2 goals last week. And now Glenorchy 1 goal this week. Have Launceston. Cleary gets it out here towards Daly. Fights hard. Gets it to Thompson. Tap over to Ryan Banks-Smith, who just has to handball it out of the contest. Shark by Seymour to Harper, whose left foot kick over the boundary line. We saw Harper in that second quarter. Beautiful left foot set shot. Played on from the boundary line. Absolutely magnificent. It's now in the back pocket with Josh Arnold. He just puts his arms out and says, give me something. Then he decides to play on. Close to the boundary line with his kick as Auckland just thumps it over for a boundary throw in.
Oh, on the floor he's called it.
He has, thanks, Groups.
See, that's what we got him here for.
That's it.
He doesn't say much, but when he says it, the Groups, he means it.
Absolutely. Give us some stats, Groups, just while we've got a bit of stoppage here.
Clearances 9 to Launceston, 4 to Glenorchy. Inside 50s 14 to Launceston. Just the 1 time for Glenorchy this quarter.
Geez, they've had a lot of inside 50s to that town end of the ground today. Tyrrell. And here's another one. He kicks it inside 50. Contest. Lots of players there. Cleary off hands. Chance to Nellen. Check side. Across the face. The crowd were up. But Jack Nellen just snuck it in for a behind. So that's 12-14. 86. As the scoreboard's now caught up. 12-14, 86. 1 goal, 2-8. Get a quick score from North Hobart in a minute from Macca as Arnold drives out here towards Deegan and Auckland. Deegan almost a one-header mark, fights on. Handball's over the top. Finds his teammate there, Evans Fenton, to Daly. It's corralled. Little left foot kick finds the ruckman in Deegan, who's tried hard all day. Back to Daly. Back to Deegan. Just has to kick it round the corner, a million miles in the air. Barely goes 15. Jamison House can't take it. Kick forward by Joseph, marked by Dakin.
Dakin, inside 50. Hines sets himself. Over the back. Tunnel balls it to Thorpe. Brown. Thorpe comes out now by hand. Fletcher Seymour on the outside. He's going to line him up, Seymour, and he goes bang for another. That's 13 goals, Launceston. 13-14-92. Glenorchy 1-2-8. I tell you what, Mitchell Thorpe, he was pretty good last week, Foz. He's come back into the side. And can't wait to see him hopefully get a crack at North Launceston.
Yeah, that's what we're looking forward to.
He hasn't played the two twice they played them this year. And he looks lean, he looks mean, and he looks a bit of speed too.
First goal to Seymour, Macca.
First goal to Fletcher Seymour.
He's had a big game today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 goal kickers they've had, Launceston.
We'll get the stats at 3/4 time.
Benny Donaldson comes over for another little bit of cabana and biscuit. They've looked after us today, the Lonnie
He's never had it so good, Ben Donaldson. I bet he doesn't get this at Channel 7. No, he's shaking his head. No. Apologies to the management of Channel 7 if you're listening. As they're back in the middle. Chance here. Auckland can't get a tap. Now it's towards Dakin.
I was going to say, we don't get looked after this well at City Park Radio.
Oh, we do. We do.
Oh, hey, word. I tell you what, Chris Ball, you can give us a little hamper like this each week. Tell you what, it'll be good.
He's not listening today, Chris. He's doing some training, but I'll pass it on.
He always listens, Chris.
I'll pass it on.
Take it up at the next AGM if you don't mind. Jamison House taking in a tackle. It's going to be holding the footy. And a good tackle, Matthew Joseph, right in the centre circle. So Matthew Joseph, not much on. He's got Banks Smith short. Oh, he kicks into the man on the mark. House. This is not great for Glenorchy, but it's going to be a repelling mark from Daniel Joseph. Gives it across to Arnold, to Banks Smith. All quality players, Foz, those three.
Yep.
They've all played state football, either underage or senior. So they've got enough there. They just really struggle for that next crop, don't they? Glenorchy goes sideways and finds Arnold again. Plenty of the footy has the youngster, well, not the youngster anymore, but Josh Arnold. And another intercept mark, Isaac Chugg. Does that well, just with that speed. He gets in front of his opponent, doesn't he, Isaac Chugg?
I found his niche there in the back line, Mac.
Yeah, definitely. Chugg, this is the issue, but that's a good one. The kick, he does well to Pulfreman. Squares it up, Pulfreman to Harper. Been brilliant, the big head. Looks good in pink. Joby Harper switches wide. Miller Hodge by hand to Jake Smith. And there's the siren. Quarter went 23 and a half minutes. Launceston 13-14-92. Glenorchy are lowly again 1-2-8. Goal kickers, the most has been 2. It's been 2 to Blackberry, 2 to Thorpe, 2 to Harper and 2 to Riley. What 4 great players they are. Alec Wright with a single, Jack Donnellan, Fletcher Seymour, Jake Hines and Michael Musica, and Ethan Conway with the only goal for Glenorchy.
3/4 time, it's 13-14-92 Launceston. Glenorchy 1 goal to 8.
5 goal quarter, 2 5 goal quarters they've strung together.
And Macca, let's have a look. I think it's 3/4 time at North Hobart.
Yeah, 3/4 time at North Hobart. North Launceston inaccurate, 9-15-69, 40-point leaders over North Hobart, 4-5-29.
I'll try and get a final score there in a moment from Richmond, but in the meantime, just give you the scores from earlier today. Big clash in the TSLW today. Probably 2 favourites for the flag, Glenorchy and Launceston. 5-2-32 Glenorchy. Launceston 3 goals, 4-22. So a 10-point win there to the Pies in that one. And in the curtain raise here today, a much depleted Glenorchy side went down to Launceston. 15-23, 113 to 1 behind 1 point. And got the team stats there, Macca?
The team stats, Foz.
Thanks to Dave Gruber.
Thanks to Dave Gruber, best in the business. Hit out, it's been a good contest. Auckland's 32-14 up for the game, 8-5 that quarter. Clearances, 28-17, Launceston's way for the game, 9-4 for the quarter. Inside 50s, this is the telltale, Foz. 17 for the quarter, 1 to Glenorchy.
Wow.
47-12 for the game. Marks inside 50, 3 for the quarter, 16 for the game. I think you mentioned all day, that's a massive number of inside 50 marks. Only 2 to Glenorchy, none that quarter. And the free kicks, the umpires have done a pretty good job. 15-13 Glenorchy's way. It hasn't been that much of a contest to umpire.
Well, Macca, what can we say? It's just a domination by Launceston, and it's going to be how far in this last quarter?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
And once again, Launceston, thanks to the stats, to the boys in the box there. Joby Harper, just a lazy 30 at 3/4 time. They've managed to put them in numerical order for me now, which is lovely. The last 2 quarters, they couldn't get it. And the boys next door, they were a little bit disappointed.
They're listening.
They weren't great, but they got them put in. They got them put in numerical order now. So Harper with 30, Fletcher Seymour with 21, Riley with 15, Miller Hodge with 14, Alec Wright 13, as is Dakin. But Joby Harper, 30 possessions, 20 kicks, 10 handballs. He's had 8 clearances by himself, 3 tackles, 13 of those possessions are contested, and he's kicked 2 goals, 3.
And it's no wonder he's playing the best footy he's played for a long time. He's just very fit, isn't he? Like, he hasn't had any injury worries this year that have been apparent. So, yep.
And, you quite often see him. He plays a game of footy, and then tomorrow he'll be on his mountain bike somewhere.
Yep.
Like, he loves fitness. He loves just doing outdoorsy stuff, big harps.
3/4 time here at Windsor Park. It's 13-14-92 Launceston. Glenorchy 1 goal to 8. We'll take a break here on the live stream in City Park Radio. Back in just a moment.
The selection of Lazy Boy electric lift recliners at King's Furniture is impressive. These chairs look fabulous, and the clever reclining and tilting mechanisms operated by a simple press of a button give real comfort. Available in fabric and soft as butter leather, the Lazy Boy electric recliners at King's are the best. King's is no ordinary furniture store, so if you're serious about comfort, come and see us. Our electric recliners are on sale now. King's Furniture, 274 Hobart Road, open all weekend, and a sponsor of City Park Radio.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
You're listening to great TSL action, Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Yes, at Windsor Park, it's a big lead to Launceston at three-quarter time as the Launceston Huddlers split up. It's 84 points is the margin. Now, just that final score now has come through from Richmond, and a surprise, you'd have to say, 11-14-80 Clarence, 9-6-60 to Lauderdale. So that's a 20-point win. And just having a quick look at the ladder, that means Clarence and Lauderdale are now both 16 points, and the percentage will be very close. I'd have to work it out a little bit, but they're neck and neck. Glenorchy now start to fall back because they'll be on 12, 4 points plus percentage behind Lauderdale and Clarence, and North Hobart will now be 2 games behind Lauderdale and Clarence, and with a bunch of percentage to make up. So I don't want to say it, but that result there at Richmond makes it very difficult for Glenorchy and North Hobart to work their way into that top 4.
So Lauderdale, Clarence, is that what you...
Well, Clarence still have to play both Launceston and North Launceston
Okay.
in the back half, so that's got to be acknowledged. And so do Lauderdale. Whereas Glenorchy now, they've still got to play North Launceston, and North Hobart have still got to play Launceston. So, you know, I don't want to say the final 4 is set. It's going to be quite difficult from here on for the Pies or North Hobart to make their way into that top 4. So it'll be very, very interesting to see how that ladder looks after the games this afternoon. Thanks to our sponsors, Telstra Stores, Quadrant Mall, Kings Meadows, and the Brisbane Street Mall. Thanks to Andrew Doyle for his support. Ball is raised aloft, and here's Matthew McGee. Let's see how many of the Blues can kick in this last quarter, or can the Pies come back? Wait and see.
Timmy Auckland up in the ruck against Deegan. Dakin, good, centre clearance. Denellen, left foot, little snizzler. I was going to say sizzler, I should have said. Back to Dakin from Hines. Dakin with another one. There's one to Harper. And Harper, didn't see Foz. Did he start in the middle and then sneak forward?
Yeah, and I think he was forward to start.
Yeah, I think he was forward because he's marked in front of Rundle, his former teammate. And Joby Harper, he's kicked 2 threes kicked. Harper into a slight breeze. See what he can do. Oh, he gets it good. He gets it real good, does Joby Harper. Dominant performance, Joby Harper. He's been the player of 2020 as Joby Harper. And he's kicked 1 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth, Foz.
Yeah, so he's just this game is going to be huge by the end of it. If he can get another 10 possessions and a couple of goals, it's going to be the biggest game that anyone's played this year. I mean, Jackie Avian had a big one a few weeks ago, but this one could be bigger. Macca, yep.
I was just looking at Launceston, who they've got coming home. So Launceston have got, as you mentioned, Lauderdale at Lauderdale, then North Hobart up here, then Clarence at Richmond, and then they've got a bye leading into those finals. Yep. So that could be interesting with that bye. Sometimes you come off well after bye, gives you a chance to rest some players. Or rest a lot, to be honest, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see that final series. Of course, just 1v4, 2v3, cutthroat, both of them.
We'll bring you all the action here on City Park Radio as Blackberry over the top here towards Dakin. Takes the ball, handball's off now to Harper once again. Over the top, the handball to Holt, who's had a fair bit of it today. Oh, man, inside 50, unattended is Hines. Easy as you like, he tries to get the kick towards Hyatt, but well done. Nathan Blowfield, if I had to name the top 5 players that have really tried all day today for Glenorchy, Nathan Blowfield will be one of them. Handball's off, and now it's outside defensive 50, but only as far as Auckland, who takes a good mark. So Timmy Auckland.
The sun.
It's arrived here.
Yes.
Our laptops, unfortunately, but anyway, as Auckland inside 50, big fly. Riley, what a mark. He came from a few back, virtually took it one hand, and now he dishes off and finds Mitch Thorpe. He'll be lining up about 20 out, slight angle. But that was a top mark there from Dylan Riley.
You watch this.
What do you think he'll do, Macca?
Well,
Talk to me.
He's having a chat. I thought he was going to go and just protect the mark.
No, he goes short and finds Isaac Hyatt. And he gets a big cheer from the can bar there.
He's tucked away left side, though. He's a left footer, Foz. But isn't this great, though? Two players, like They tried to hit him up before, the youngster in Hyatt. They'll try and get him a goal.
And some of his young under 18 teammates are over there. I can see them near the behind post.
Look at them, the D-League boys.
So here it is, young Isaac Hyatt. This is for his first goal in TSL footy. He's right on the boundary line. He keeps it low. He's missed to near side, so one behind. So 13-15-93 to 1 goal 2-8. And Timmy Bristow was out of the coach's box there anticipating that one. Josh Arnold, beautiful kick now towards Rundle, who takes the mark inside defensive 50. He has a teammate on the far side in Tom Cleary. Daniel Joseph, who takes the mark. Left footer finds Ethan Conway. He kicked the goal today for Glenorchy early in the piece in the first quarter. Nice kick by Conway, finds Richard Dilger. Here's some good link-up footy now from the Pies. Richard Dilger inside 50, and Matty Joseph takes the mark up against Jamison House. And Jamison House has had the better of that battle today, but Matty Joseph's got a bit of separation there and taken a good mark. He'll line up for goal about 35 out, about 10 or 15 metres in from the boundary line. We'll get the North Launceston score after this shot on goal from Matt Joseph, veteran for Glenorchy. He kicks it nicely. That's the second goal for Glenorchy. And the best piece of play all day. They worked it nicely from the back line down the far wing here of Windsor Park. And it's 14-15-99 and 2-2-14.
North Hobart 29, trail North Launceston 70, David.
Okay, so well on top there are the Northern Bombers. That was good play from the Pies, Macca.
It was good play. It was a nice hit-up lead mark from Ethan Conway. They haven't really had that sort of player today. He hit up and then hit a nice kick as well. So nice to get another one on the board for the Magpies.
So they want to play out this game. Of course, Paul Kennedy, a pretty proud coach. He's realised, of course, he's undermanned today. If you just joined us, there were 4 big outs right from the start today with Jay Bowden, Ben Camrick, Adam Roberts and Riley Oakley. Late withdrawal, so all 4 emergencies came into the team. There's high contact there on James Deegan. Inside 50s this quarter so far, groups?
3-1 Launceston's favour.
Okay, so James Deegan switches it here towards Ryan Banks-Smith. Takes the ball in his bootlaces. Kicks forward. Chance here for, is it Brown or I think it's Evans Fenton. He can't quite pick it up. Well done by Daniel Joseph. He's got possession. He gets it to Daly. Nice little patch here for Glenorchy. Callan Daly. Oh, that's a lovely kick to Meredith. He'll take the mark just inside 50. Pretty sure that's Cooper Meredith. Let's wait till he turns around.
Yep.
It sure is. So, got a slight breeze behind him.
Yeah, he pulled that kick well, Daly, didn't he? I thought he was going to go sort of more inside, but he saw him just at the last minute sitting out there, Meredith, and a good kick, Callan Daly.
So young Cooper Meredith skips in, kicks from right on 50, sets it up in the end, the top of the square. No mark taken. Little handball comes from Joseph to Daly. Gets on the left foot. Callan Daly, not a bad effort, falls short. Jake Smith, he could have marked it, but decides to tap it through for a behind. So it's 2-3-15. Plays at 14-15-99. Here's Matthew McGee for City Park Radio on the TSL live stream.
Jake Smith hasn't had a real lot to do at fullback today. Should be pleased about. Seymour, another player hasn't had much to do with it, is Tyrrell. So Tyrrell, half back, just inside defensive 50, spot up kick as well. It's that man again, isn't it? Harper.
It is. B. Harps.
Joby Harper looks towards the interchange box area, finds Denellen. Played his role today as Jack Denellen. So Denellen, hit up here, inboard. Finds Jacob Boyd. Goes the other side of the ground. A little bit of an awkward kick for Tyrrell. He's well enough to go through there, is Tyrrell. Up to House. Inside again, they're just mucking around with it here at the moment at Launceston. Smith, terrible turnover. The youngster there in Callum Thompson gets it up to Daniel Joseph, to Geard. Don't know what Launceston were playing at there. It's going to come back to Jake Smith. Auckland. Hit up kick, another turnover, not working well for Lonnie. Joseph, Daniel, out in front. Well done, Boyd. Taken off there, Launceston. Miller Hodge lays the tackle. And that was terrible couple of minutes of play. You know, Launceston just a different style of play there. They were They didn't have any runs. So it was very stop, start, and they kept turning the ball over, David.
I did like the effort of Riley Best there. He's 1 against 2, and he's put the contest on, ended up winning the contest. That's what coaches like to see from a young player. As now it's tapped away from Jamison House. Over towards Harper again. He can't pick up this time. Picked up there by Thompson. He thought he had more time. Ends up getting a push in the back there.
Even 50 points at North Hobart now. North Launceston 79, North Hobart 29.
Callum Thompson kicks inside 50, but Miller Hodges there takes a good mark. He's off and running. Has the switch. The outlet play here in Palfreyman. He dashes off. He takes a bounce on the spongy turf. Then kicks up here towards Hyatt, who takes the mark on centre wing. Nice kick inside. Finds Boyd. Handball to Holt, who's under pressure. Gets around nicely. And Holt now switches it over here towards Jake Smith. Grant Holt, I think, is in career best form at the moment. Played a couple of really good games this season. Kicks a dangerous one, but finds Alec Wright. Alec Wright has a few options, and one of them is Matthew Joseph, who takes the mark. The opposing player.
What he was looking at there, he missed him by about 5 metres, and
it's almost as if it was passing to him. Oh, Joseph mucks it up here with Daly. Now Daly's tackled by 2. He's lucky to get away with it. They're looking tired, Glenorchy. They're out on their feet. It's been a hard day at the office. We're only 9 minutes in, so we've still got a fair bit of this game to play out. Auckland, nice tap towards Blackberry. We'll see more, but well done Callum Thompson. He went in for the ball there. First to the ball, he's tackled.
How would young Isaac Hyatt be feeling on debut? Mitchell Thorpe just told him to go to the goal square and sit behind me. He's got Thorpe and Riley in front. You've got 2 of the best players of the last decade in the TSL, and you're on debut, and they're sitting in front of you in the forward line, and Hyatt's got the square one out. So the youngster in Hyatt hasn't looked out of place these few touches he's had today. Ball up centre square. And Glenorchy, as Fozzie said, it's going to be a tough draw for the rest of the season. See how they can go. Kick forward clearance, turnover. More turnovers in the last 5 minutes of Launceston that we've seen all day. Daniel Joseph, nice kick. Out in front here, can't find Ethan Conway. It's going to be butted up by Jamison House. Gives it to Miller Hodge. Hodge to Harper. Harper will be looking for 40 touches today. Had 30 at three-quarter time. Alec Wright. Plenty of marks for him too, Alec Wright. Take confidence from City Park Radio. 1 vote last week. Musica just worked his way back into the game. First game back. Palfreyman with speed. Harper another. Overshot the handball. Looking for Seymour. Oh, he goes hard. Fletcher Seymour and got to be a free kick, umpire. Umpire didn't see it. Maybe the sun, it's beaming, was in his eyes.
He's been good today as Miller Hodge.
Miller Hodge been good. Boyd. Seymour to Boyd. Hodge to Boyd it was. Tyson Miller to Seymour. Here he is. Well, the player for Glenorchy there is still on the ground. Who was it there, Fozzie?
Is it Richard Dilger?
Yeah.
Number 21?
Yes, he was crunched high. And he's still down. It was Seymour that got him. Yeah. And Seymour's going to have another shot at goal. 30 metres out directly in front. Might kick from a little bit further than that when he gets it. Seymour towards the river end here at Windsor Park. And it's all clear. It's a goal to Fletcher Seymour. That's his second. So another multiple goal kicker for Launceston. And what are they, Fozzle?
15-15, 105 to 2-3-15.
Yeah, wow.
Just confirm them, Gribbs. Let me have a look at the score there.
15-15.
15-15, yep. So for those, it's a 90-point win lead. For those not here at Windsor Park, the balcony, we have to sort of look through the coach's box to see the scoreboard here. It's just a narrow little window of vision we've got there. So it's not easy to see the scoreboard, but it's not a great scoreboard if you're a Glenorchy supporter. It's a 90-point margin. There's a lot of the girls out here now on the balcony. The champagne is being consumed, I think. It's the frivolity, as you can hear in our effects mic. So North Hobart, Macca, is what do we got there?
What is it? 49-point lead to North Launceston.
Sam Rundle now with the clearance. He's worked hard all day. Back on his old turf there at Windsor Park. Ball's up to half forward. Jamison House has got it. Handball's a bit astray. Oh, two Glenorchy players run into each other. In the back play now, it's Isaac Chugg. Little handball now to Jamison House. They've combined beautifully today, this back line. Jacob Boyd gets it to Blackberry. Blackberry finds Harper. Can't quite take the mark. Up against Deegan. Deegan fumbles, looking for the next option. Harper scoops it out. Doing a turnaround there is Brown for Glenorchy. Gets it to Matty Joseph. It's now at half forward and take the mark. No, Tyrrell couldn't quite take it. He's got great recovery. He gets away from 2 Glenorchy opponents. Handball's not good. Jacob Boyd makes it look good. Gets it to Blackberry. Now Tyson Miller. Here's the call from Tyrrell. They worked it out beautifully, the Launceston defence. Up towards half forward now to right. He gets tackled there by Rundle. He actually threw it away, but he got his boot to it, but the whistle had already gone. So it's holding the ball. And Sam Rundle, as I've said, he hasn't stopped trying all day. Takes it. It's on the far side there.
Young Callum Thompson.
Callum Thompson, I could tell by those boots.
That's the only reason I could tell.
Yep. Kicks along the wing. Jacob Boyd, geez, had another great game as well. That back line, I keep saying it, to Harper. Harper now goes towards the half-forward flank here. 2 against 1 contest. Launceston player infringed there by Sam Rundle. And getting up a bit groggily there is Casey Brown.
He's got Harper on again here. Doesn't want to go to him. Harper wants it. Still, he's screaming at him. I reckon he wants to just tick over the 40 to his big harps. Inside 50. Looking there for Thorpe. Goes out of bounds in front of the can bar.
That could be my fault, Macca. Pre-game, I said to Casey Brown, it's about time you scored a goal.
Oh, dear.
So it might have been in his thoughts.
Righto.
I take responsibility.
I reckon he's thinking of you out there in the last quarter, Foz. Umpire Dominic Shaliro. That mullet's just grown beautifully this week. He was disappointed to be dropped to the D-League last week, the boy, but he's back in the seniors today. Our favourite, Seymour, was put on his backside. He's Jamison House, good at centre-half back. They've got plenty behind. It's all grass. And one Launceston player. But it was held up in the tackle there by Miller. And it's going to be a ball up. That sun is now beautiful, David Moore.
Love it.
Dakin to Harper. Harper. Thorpe was caught behind. And it's going to be the big fella in Cleary. Gives it to Rundle. Rundle looks for the young fella there.
Evans Fenton.
One of the ins. Of course, they had to bring their 4 emergencies in. Don't see that very often. Thorpe looks for Hines. Here's Hyatt. Tapped it to himself, the youngster. Oh, he could have had a look at him, but he's unselfish. Goes to Dakin. Dakin to Hines. Left foot snap. Goal. Well, score involvement there for Hyatt. You'll learn soon that he needs to have a ping at them, the youngster. No, get your name in the paper, son. But well done, Isaac Hyatt. And well done, nice hands to Dakin. And eventually the inside step, the left foot step for Jake Hines. And he kicks a goal. And Jake Hines has kicked 2 as well. One in the second and that one in the last. And they've pulled the blind down, Foz. I can't see the scoreboard. That little narrow opening that we had. I'll go here to the live stream. 105 to 15.
No, they haven't added the one on Macca. So
111.
111
to 15. Let's see if we can get to the ton. It's 111 to 15.
Well, they kicked 17 last week and 16 this week. And we've still got probably 5 or 6 minutes left here at Windsor Park. 16, 15, 111, 2, 3, 15. As in the dying seconds now there at North Hobart. We'll get a score for you in a second as it's out of the middle. Taken there by Harper again. Inside 50, leading up here is Riley. Will take it on his chest. Great disposal from Harper. Denellen streams inside 50. Now Riley is going short here towards Hyatt again. And he takes the mark. To a big cheer.
He's just going to that left side,
well,
though.
He's out of practice already from about a similar angle and similar distance. Dylan Riley has been a bit reticent.
He's given that many off
today.
He's
been reticent to take the set shot in recent times, but Isaac Hyatt.
Well, I think the fact he kicked 4 behinds, I think he's just a little bit gun-shy now.
It's for his first goal in TSL football. The young man, he will get a big cheer if it goes through. He's missed in the near side again. The crowd are on their feet. You can probably see in the live stream, but so behind, 16, 16, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 15. Out comes the kick out to Callan Daly. Daly goes far side. The beautiful sunshine here at Windsor Park. And then there's the man. He's done all right today, Callum Thompson. He gets the handball over now towards Matt Joseph. Along the wing, taken by Deegan. Backs away. Goes the short kick. Tyson Miller is there. Taken by Boyd. He's held by one arm. Gets a funny old handball away. Timmy Auckland's in there. Giabi Harper as well. Ends up at half forward now for Glenorchy. Alec Wright. Short kick. And he finds Paul Freeman.
Polframan on half back. Launceston looking for the line now, I reckon. Trying to get over that 100 points. Glenorchy looking for the line, definitely. They're pretty keen to get on the bus and get back down the highway. Harper must be over 40 now, Fossil. Chug sets 2 against 1. Smith, Seymour, Hines again. I reckon he must be a bit smelly today, Jake Hines, because no one's been near him in that forward line. Here's Hyatt, a youngster in Hyatt. He's on the right side this time, Fossil. And they just kept hitting him up. I tell you what, he's shown a little bit deep forward. He'll be one of the players for St Pat's playing in the state final next week down at Kingborough against Guildford Young. He's only a Year 10 student.
Into a bit of a breeze, Macca. Let's see how he goes.
Isaac Hyatt on debut, the 16-year-old. He stutters. He puts it out to the left. Is it coming back? It is. Well, there's a highlight. They've lifted him up, the youngster, Mitch Thorpe. I know Mitch Thorpe absolutely loves him around the club and the way he trains. They just wanted to get him in for probably the last month, and the opening came with a couple of injuries. And they've hit him up. He's finally kicked one. And Dylan Riley goes over. As I said, you got Mitch Thorpe, Dylan Riley, Michael Music, premiership TSL players.
Yep, great experience.
And they've come down here and they've just kept hitting him up. They wanted that goal for him. And well done to the youngster in Isaac Hyatt. And what are we up to, Foz?
17-16, 118 to 2-3-15. So
17-16,
we're over the
118.
ton.
We're over the ton.
It's a 17-goal game 2 weeks in a row. And I keep saying it, but it was coming off a 1-goal game against Clarence.
Yep.
A 5-goal game against North Launceston, and they put together 34 goals in 2 weeks. But the 16-minute quarters, that's pretty impressive. As it's back in the middle. We've been playing 19 and a half minutes, probably just 2 or 3 to go.
Jamison House in the ruck on this occasion.
Yep, you go,
sorry,
Macca.
Foz.
You're right.
You'd lead us home, mate.
Isaac
You lead
Manson
us home.
kicks inside 50. Oh, leading it beautifully there was Callan Daly. He spins, he shoots, he goals. Great goal by the diminutive Callan Daly. That was fantastic work out of the middle. And Isaac Manson involved, so good finish there from the Pies. Positive footy.
See how I handed you that goal? You souped it up a bit this week, didn't you? I'm going to tell our listeners and our viewers. You were a bit disappointed that the Dylan Riley 8 goal fest last week was...
You got 6 of them.
6-2 my way. And he souped it up a bit, Benny. So whenever you cut the highlights up tonight, mate, just make sure you get plenty of Fozzie goals on, because otherwise he sooks all week.
It's all right. I'm a team player, Macca, as it's back in the middle. Score is 17-16, 118 to 3-3-21. So it's back under the 100-point margin. Jamin's House gets it out towards Geared. Gets it to half forward off the hands there of Miller Hodge. Handball sideways to Holt. Holt gets the handball forward. Ends up now with Miller Hodge over the top. Here looking for Jamison House. Back to Holt. Loved his game today. Grant Holt to half forward. Contest. Ricocheting ball. Alec Wright is in there. Glenorchy fence working hard. Defence working hard, and that's going to be a ball up on the attacking 50 for Launceston. So a week off for the City Park Radio team next week. And then we're back here for Launceston versus North Hobart. There's Jamison House. There's a seagull squawks in the background. Chance here now for Glenorchy. Kick out of the contest to an open wing. That was Riley Best. Chases after his own ball, but Jake Smith will get there first. Over the top to Holt. Some big possession winners today here at Windsor Park as the siren sounds. An emphatic victory here to Launceston at Windsor Park. 17 goals, 16, 118. Glenorchy 3-3-21. It's just finalising the goal kickers. The players are shaking hands. And it's great to see. Good sportsmanship. Played in a real good spirit today was the game.
How many did you say it was?
I
checking
said
my paperwork.
17, 16, 118.
Yep.
Grubbs has got a back up if you need it.
No, I got him.
Got it?
Yeah.
Fire away.
Goal kickers, 3 to Joby Harper. 2 goals. I need to go down the list here. Blackberry with 2. Seymour with 2. Thorpe with 2. Dylan Riley with 2. Jake Hines with 2. Singles to Alec Wright, Jack Denellen, Michael Musica, and one of the highlights of the day, the debutant, the 16-year-old Isaac Hyatt, kicked the last one there. And for Glenorchy, they ended up kicking 3 goals, 1 to Conway, 1 to Joseph, and 1 to Callan Daly.
Big win to Launceston over Glenorchy here, and Final score there at North Hobart, Macca?
Final score, Foz, 11-20 North Launceston, 86 defeated North Hobart, 4-6-30. So 10 scoring shots to 31.
11-20 to 4-6. Sorry, does that score, Macca? 11-20 to 4-6.
11-20 to 4-6.
Okay. So we'll take a short break here on City Park Radio as the players shake hands. We'll come back in a moment for the best players and 3, 2 and 1.
Hi, Andrew Doyle here from the Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows Telstra stores. Whether it's sports in the lounge or music in the study, we've made changes for those who need Wi-Fi in every room. Get wall-to-wall Wi-Fi coverage with Telstra Smart Wi-Fi boosters for $12 per month on any month-to-month NBN plan. You'll enjoy a wider reaching connection throughout your home that the family will thank you for. So give your home internet a little leg up and visit the team today at your local Telstra store. Brisbane Street Mall, Quadrant Mall and Kings Meadows. Minimum cost $288 plus internet charges.
A sponsor of City Park Radio.
The 60s. The 60s.
On the dock of the bay. Return to sender. Address unknown.
You can always go downtown.
The 70s.
Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. Fun. I hope you can find your way to the Hard Rock Cafe.
Enjoy 2 hours of the best in classic rock.
On Real and in the Years. Saturdays from 5 on City Park Radio. You're listening to great TSL action. Tasmanian State League football on City Park Radio.
Very tired Glenorchy side just making their way off the ground. Of course, they're on the back foot today. We did have 4 withdrawals before the game. Adam Roberts, Ben Camrick, Jay Bowden and Riley Oakley were late withdrawals. And the 4 emergencies came into the team. And Launceston dominant win and no apparent injuries, Macca. So they're pretty much at full strength. And we saw Joe Gronewagon today in the seconds. I think he'll probably play another 1 or 2 games there. I think he did had not a full game today, but he got through it. So
interesting to see where they use him. Do they put him as a key defender? We've seen him play that role. Does he come off the bench and give Auckland a chop out as a ruckman? Probably not a spot for him in the forward line.
A big out today. Sorry, Mac. A big out today too for Glenorchy, which we didn't mention. Mitch Rainbird, who's been in fantastic form, and they really could have done with his influence around the ball as well.
Yeah, well, he copped the wrath of the tribunal with a sling tackle, and I think he copped the 3 weeks, so he's going to miss the next 2 as well, which is not great for the Pies. But yeah, no, look, Glenorchy were definitely down on numbers and down on talent. And look, the score probably could have been more, apart from some good defensive efforts from some of those blokes down back.
Let's go through your better players, Macca.
Just finalising them now, Dave.
I'll go through the stats then.
Just okay, you go the stats. That was going to be the go.
All right. Launceston hit outs 42-16 over the day against, that was Auckland against mainly James Deegan, 42-16 there, 10-2 in the last quarter. Clearances 33-23, the Blues on top there. Inside 50s, 58 inside 50s throughout the game. Another 11 in that last quarter for Launceston and 20 for Glenorchy. They had 8 in the final quarter. Marks inside 50. I don't think I've seen a stat like this for a long time, Macca. 26 marks inside 50
wow.
for Launceston and 10 in the last quarter. Now, I've seen games recently where there have been 4 or 5 for the whole day. And in fact, Glenorchy just had the 4 for the day. Free kicks, 18 to Glenorchy, 14 for Launceston. So thanks to Dave Gruber doing the stats for us again here today. Macca, what about your best players?
Well, for Glenorchy, it was definitely the best to have to be someone into the back line because that's where the ball was on every occasion. I thought Tom Cleary was really good. They threw him back and forward. The score would have blown out a lot more in that first half if it wasn't for him. So he was one of their best. Arnold had a good battle. Got plenty of the footy. Got plenty of kicks. Good battle with Dylan Riley. Geez, LA's looking after us here. I'll look after a little Amber, just a little. Oh, geez, I'm lost for words. They've gave us a little single can here for us. We'll have to share it, but thank you very much to Launceston ladies.
Wrap it up quick, mate.
Look after. Sorry, we're off. Okay, I'll go again. Cleary, Rundle tried hard. Arnold, and Geared was pretty good. Thompson, the youngster with the orange boots, he was okay. That was their best, I think. I don't think I missed too many others. Launceston, look, a real big team performance. Like every time the ball went down back, their backline did the right thing. Boyd, Chug, good intercepts, those sort of things there. The real highlight, obviously, was Isaac Haight coming in for his debut, kicking a goal in the last quarter. Grant Holt, you liked him. Foz, good game. Alec Wright, I thought was good again. Lead up. He's become an important player because if he can lead up and take the marks, then that means that Thorpe and Riley don't need to leave the 50 too much, and Musica as well. The boys are happy. They get themselves a little refreshment as well post-game. She's been looked after. Fletcher Seymour, brilliant. Miller Hodge, half-back. Mitch Thorpe, good. Joby Harper, Dylan Riley. He kicked 2-4, and I reckon he gave off 5 or 6. They could have had another 8. Jared Dakin was good, and also Jake Hines really just did what he wanted all day.
Fantastic performance, and 17-16, 118, Launceston, Glenorchy 3-3-21. Time for your 3-turn 1 maker.
Yeah, I'm going to raffle the one again, I think, because it could go to anyone. I gave Alec Wright one last week and got his confidence up. I thought he was good again today. If I just go back here to 3/4 time. Yeah, I'm going to give one vote. I think was really good, clean hands. I'm going to give one to Jared Dakin. I thought he was very good. Oh, now you bring me the stats. No, I was going to give Jared Dakin the one. I thought he was pretty good. Miller Hodge would have been the other one, and they both had 19 touches. So Jared Dakin gets my one. 2 votes goes to Fletcher Seymour. I just thought he was brilliant for the whole 4 quarters. He ended up with 25 touches, 11 handball receives, 8 contested possessions, 2 tackles and 6 clearances, and also kicked 2 goals. He gets the 2, Fletcher Seymour. And his partner in crime, the captain, Joby Harper, he's ended up with 39. I reckon I can go back through the tape and find him 40. He's had 39 touches, 13 marks, 10 handball receives, 12 gets, 11 clearances, 2 spoils, 3 tackles, 14 contested possessions, and he's kicked 3 goals, 3. And because of that, Harps gets the 3 votes.
Oh, I'm sure it was a clear one for you, Mac. A pretty easy one.
No, it was tough.
3 votes to Joby Harper, 2 to Fletcher Seymour, 1 to Jared Dakin. Well, it's time for us to head off here. It's been a big day here at Windsor Park. And thanks for watching the live stream here, and thanks for listening in to us on City Park Radio. A few thank yous. Thanks to the Launceston Footy Club for their great hospitality today.
Well done, ladies, with your function too. It was a magnificent function.
Great.
We enjoyed the food and we'll enjoy the ale.
Thanks, Ben, on the camera there today. Thanks, Macca, for being with us. We're back here in a couple of weeks.
I'll see you in a few weeks, I reckon. Yep. I'll have to look at the contract for the next game.
Okay, no worries. Thanks, Groobs, for being on the stats today.
Yeah, no worries, Ross.
No worries. And thanks to Ron back in the studio today. Ron Camplin filling in for Chris. He's done a great job getting us to air. And that's pretty much it here from Windsor Park. The final score, it was Launceston 17-16, 118 to Glenorchy 3-3-21. Bye for now.
This sports broadcast was proudly sponsored by your locally owned Telstra stores, Quadrant, Kings Meadows and the Brisbane Street Mall.